Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 90, I think. This is the show.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge, lift up the curtain, let you see what we're working on, what we're thinking about, what new stuff we have, and what things are stuck in customs in Germany. It should be a fun couple of hours. What else are we doing?
Wow,
Chris?
what an oddly specific example.
Yeah. Mostly we're just going to try to avoid talking about German customs and enjoy a frosty beverage.
Yeah. Plans for episode 100? Oh, God. Oh, I was doing the math, and I was like since the reality is, like, we're probably going to end up skipping some weeks of this show as we get closer to the Kickstarter because we need to, knuckle down. Episode 100 might genuinely be the launch of the Kickstarter. Yeah. Which would be fun. That'd be a fun.
That's one way to do it.
That'd be a fun thing. It couldn't be 100 at Gen Con. We wouldn't have enough episodes by then.
No.
Nor
are we gonna have internet from Gen Con, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's fair.
But so tonight we are looking at, we got a bunch of test shots from reliquaries in, so we can look at all the latest, including some paint samples. Should be really exciting. I'm gonna be building some castle stuff for Gen Con, speaking of. And I don't know what else. We'll see what else happens. Mostly we're going to be taking your questions, taking your ideas, hanging out with you, because that's the fun of the show, is interacting with you guys. We want to hear from you.
We haven't had a single original idea in years. They've all just been taken from you guys.
Everything comes from Twitch. Like
everything comes from Twitch. That's
our
all
whole
it is.
Stream of yeah.
We just take your ideas and sell them back to you.
Which I still think that George Lucas could have made better prequels if he just combed the internet for all the good ideas that people had and just turned
well, man, I don't know if so.
Anyway,
I've seen a lot of bad fan ideas.
Yeah, but there's also some really good ones in there.
Sure, I still think they should have just done the Thrawn trilogy, but whatever.
So we also are doing a giveaway at the halfway point, $50.
Yeah, baby.
Feel free to remind us if we forget, because they never remind us. Too bad.
Yeah, they always forget about it. You guys hate free stuff, turns out.
What else are we...
What else are we doing? We're going to talk about the news.
The news?
The news.
The news. Wow! It's a news. News. It's the news. What's in the news, Chris?
What's in the news, Chris?
Well, that was dead on. Holy moly, it's uncanny. Those years of acting conservatory have paid off.
I did go to a conservatory.
It did. I could tell.
I am a conservator myself.
Yeah. It was more liberal accent, but it was.
Yes.
So what do we have in the news?
Well, not a ton of stuff this week. We got to stay quiet about a lot of the stuff that's going on. One of the big things, we had a restock last Friday. If you missed that, everything that we restocked there is still in stock. It was a full restock. It was overflow from the restock before.
Well, which was an overflow from Christmas.
Basically, things got backed up in China for so long that So it wasn't a ton of different stuff, but it was a lot of that stuff, including stuff like Aaron Thor and Dread Hollow dressing. A lot of really
Alchemy Lab accessories.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff in there. Yeah. A mix of good core sets as well as just nice dressing packs that you can drop into a lot of builds. So that went up on Friday. It was a pretty good day. Thank you guys for showing up for that. We just updated the list. We just got an ETA on the next. Well, so we already know there's going to be another restock, probably end of this month, beginning of next. That container is still on the water, but we've updated the restock list on the site with a new restock that should be here in early August. Factory.
And let's all dates are subject to change because everything has been a little volatile in terms of shipping.
Yeah.
So that's the plan, at least.
Yeah. So that's on the water. If you can take a look at the list there. This next wave of restocks, this is the first from the next order that we put in a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that. And it's largely made up of stuff that you guys have been requesting. So a lot of it should be exciting for a lot of you.
Well, and that's what we were talking about before the show. It's been really fun. There's the Discord channel, the restock requests.
Yes.
Which you guys have been filling in, and it's this amazing feedback loop where you tell us what you want, we order it, and then you buy it. It's really like This is. I think we've discovered capitalism, Chris. Is this how it works?
I'm pretty sure that's the entire definition of capitalism, actually.
Yeah, it's Discord.
There's nothing any
say I want it, and then you buy it.
Yeah, driven entirely on listening to the consumer. Yeah, so there's some exciting stuff in there. Underdoom Trifecta coming in, for example, because we realized we needed more Underdoom in the store.
Well, there's just not, it wasn't quite enough to really do a robust
but it was
Underdoom
nice.
experience.
It was, we looked through everything that was made during Caverns Deep and realized there really weren't a ton of great packs, but we ordered the ones that we thought would be good, and that's coming in.
There were tons of great packs. There weren't a ton of great packs that we could actually successfully reorder.
Yeah, that's fair.
We had some lively packs that will never again see the light of day because it was like 32 different pieces, one of each.
Something that was fine for a Kickstarter run, but if we ever asked the factory to do that again, it wouldn't go well.
Murder.
Yeah.
We don't like being murdered.
So yeah, that stuff's coming in, and then the next couple restocks we'll put on the list as we get actual dates for them, or at least estimates once they're basically packed and ready to go in the water.
But honestly, we don't have dates like this. The one from Friday, we didn't know going in the previous week. We didn't know if it was going to happen. Like we were sure until that Monday when it actually arrived at the warehouse. Even then, we weren't sure. Like, is it getting received? Is it whatever? Like, it was really only a few days before that we actually could officially pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So.
So that's there.
We should probably stop saying "pull the trigger" as a figure of speech.
Didn't think about it, but
I didn't until I just said it. But
when you make me think about it, it doesn't feel great. But
not a fan of gun violence, and I don't want to make it trigger. Maybe it's a crossbow trigger.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfectly fine.
I'm going to add crossbow in it. And when I say it now, we weren't ready to pull the crossbow trigger.
You say devil trigger. Just be a big Devil May Cry fan.
Ooh.
God, I gotta play the song they made for DMC5 for you at some point. It's one of the most incredibly cheesy.
What? I have no idea what.
You have no idea what Devil May Cry is, but I still think you appreciate the song.
It's a video game. Isn't that the one where the girl has her high heel that shoots bullets or something?
That's Bayonetta, which is made by the same people.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of the same people. Well, I think Kamiya.
Anyway, what else?
What else is going on? The other thing, Wildlands. It's still in customs in Germany.
Eric and Jay were just at their wits' end with this. So we don't know. They were supposed to evaluate. Last week we said they were going to evaluate our audit our order or whatever. It's still kind of unclear. It's looking like the latest plan is to ship all the EU stuff back to the States and then ship it stateside direct. I don't know exactly how it's going to go. Jay's still sorting out. But basically, the moral of the story is all the EU stuff is going to be probably heinously delayed even further. The UK stuff was supposed to leave this week, maybe, hopefully. It still hasn't left. It's kind of in limbo. But theoretically, the Scandinavian stuff is gone. The non-EU stuff, I think, went out.
Somebody in Switzerland got their stuff because they technically aren't in the EU, so they forwarded the non-EU stuff.
So some of those sets have come out. The UK stuff hasn't escaped yet, and all the rest of the EU stuff is going to be in limbo for a little bit. So we'll keep you posted. But it's a really just...
They're not working with us. And the
it
frustrating
wasn't the
thing
climactic finale we wanted, where everybody gets their stuff and a thing, a light puck for you and a light puck for you. And no, it's everybody gets their stuff except for you guys who are stuck in limbo and we don't even know when it's...
Yeah, and that's a thing that we just heard today, I think.
Yeah.
It's we got the update I think a couple hours ago, and so it's just kind of...
And it's still not even an official, we don't really know even where it is.
Because the thing that's really frustrating about it is it goes through a bunch of middlemen on the way to us, so we're not even getting the direct conversation a lot of the time.
And it's translated, and it's a real bummer.
Yeah.
But we'll let you know as it evolves.
Well, EU has the same problem with customs and ordering Wildlands from the store. No,
No.
because when it's small personal shipments, I guess they have no problem. But when it's a big
It's a
container,
container.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like literally, like the packages were like just going by as the customs people were like, whoa, 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 like packages are just going by from the restock, like zipping by them, whatever.
Yeah.
And Jay wasn't about to be like, well, our other shipments are just going right by, no problem as we go. He wasn't
Yeah.
gonna flag that as a
It's like literally the same stuff. Well, and the thing
Yeah.
that's frustrating is like we still, I don't even know if we actually 100% even know why it's being.
We know
blocked like
nothing.
this.
No,
Like,
it's a variety of question. Like it's not super clear. They wanted stickers that said it's not for children, and I don't know, so stuff. But
a lot of stuff that has never been a thing
yes.
before.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
but other than that, just about everybody has their stuff.
yeah. Are we holding shop then? We
We're
need
still
to,
holding.
We need to talk about it and figure out how long we can hold, what that would look like. Because the main thing is, we've got a lot of money tied up in the
Yes.
inventory for this.
We'll hold it as long as we
yeah.
can, and it'll be helpful if we officially know. Okay, yeah, we got to move it to. We're gonna ship it back to the U.S. and they go out there or whatever. And suddenly, when it if that timeline is like, wow, they're, if it's like a 10-week timeline or something, and we're gonna have to put it in the store before you get it, which is really unfortunate. Like, it kills me that we're gonna put stuff in the store before all the backers have it.
Yeah. And even then, though, like
We wouldn't do it.
we're
If we
kicking around
didn't,
ideas.
like-
We're kicking around ideas to like try and figure out how to make it.
Yeah, is there anything
What can we do to still make things all right? We've got a couple ideas we're kicking around, so it's definitely not like we're pretty we're not happy about this.
If we could, we'd sit on it, but we kind of need to keep the lights on. So
Yeah.
we'll hold as long as we can. But it really is a bummer for being the last in line to get the stuff and then still not getting it, and then it goes in the store. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not good.
So we're gonna do everything we can to make it right. Hopefully, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll yield after a bit, but it's not looking
I'm not,
great. Yeah.
I'm not betting any Deutschmarks on it.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah,
what else we got?
up until that point, we do have the store pages for Wildlands in up on the site. They're not all there yet, and there's still some that are like missing pictures or missing some information. So it's still like a work in progress, and we will get those completely ready at least a while before it actually goes live in the store. But it is currently there if you want to take a look at what we've got coming, get an idea of the prices.
Wish list.
If you see some stuff that's missing, we're not completely done getting all the stuff ready for the store yet.
But put stuff on your wish list. Go and yada yada. Hey, this we didn't even talk about this. This is late breaking news. We are at some point, probably soon, going to raise our prices for the first time ever. It's
Yeah.
a big. But it's like it's heating up. So we'll make an announcement before we do. So if you want to swoop in and get some stuff before the prices go up, but it may even happen before the Wildlands store release.
I don't think,
So.
and it would mostly affect like the older stuff. Would be the most
Everything
likely to see.
everything pre Wildlands, and it's sort of probably go up more the older it is.
Yeah.
Because we never raised the prices.
Yeah, and the reality is, even though we've got like some grandfathered production costs from factory, like shipping is getting way more expensive, so it's
Everything, even the costs from the factory you're getting. There's some things that are just getting more expensive.
yeah.
Shipping is the big one though.
Yeah, the reality is the landscape of shipping has changed dramatically in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Everything, even our warehousing, or everything, it's all going up.
Yeah. So, yeah. Heads up on that stuff. It's mostly going to affect the older stuff because the older stuff hasn't. Those are prices from like 6-7 years ago in some cases, and the reality is it costs us more to make it now.
Facts.
Yeah. If there's anything else on the store, in more fun news, if you know Dimension 20 at all, tonight is the first episode of Coffin Run going up on Dropout. It actually literally went live at the time this stream started 15 minutes ago.
Wonder if anybody's watching both at the same time.
I wonder if anybody is skipping the stream tonight to watch Coffin Run.
Maybe. Good reason. I would.
It's our first time working with them. I don't think we're going to be in the first episode, but we've got some of our terrain in there. The whole team is great. Rick Perry,
awesome.
He showed us a little bit of the stuff they got going on. It looks phenomenal. It's a very cool concept. They do some of the best actual play content I've ever seen. So Dropout is $5 a month, and this show is going to be behind their streaming thing, but it's a very good deal. I've had Dropout for 6 months now, and it's super solid. Rick Perry? No, it's a different Rick Perry. This Rick Perry's in Seattle.
Doesn't sing?
It's an extremely different Rick Perry. Yeah. Yeah. And then the other bit of fun news. I don't know if you guys have heard of someone named Patrick Rothfuss.
Rothfuss? He's in the office?
Yeah.
Patrick Rothfuss.
He's got a Kickstarter going.
Woo.
It's Digger Unearthed. What do you know about it?
He's got so he has an imprint. So he's done a lot with he's sort of taken his clout and done a lot of neat things. He has this World Builders charity that he started, and he has this book imprint, which he uses to try and reprint books that he thinks are cool that need a print run or had a short run for things so he's doing a comic Digger, and it's massive. It's 600 pages or something. It's an ambitious thing because he has another project he's working on using this as sort of the maiden voyage for a Kickstarter thing on it and whatever, but it's pretty cool. And he is, fun fact, he's a big Dwarven Forge fan and has a big DF collection. Has used it for regular D&D sessions. It's kind of cool. So check it out. He backs our Kickstarters, and so we figured, well, we should push out for his. And they funded in no time at all already. They broke, I don't know, 150K in the first day and doing really well. So check it out. What else we got?
I think that's basically it. Unless you.
Oh, you know what I have that's not. Two things. We were getting ready for this one a little later than sometimes usual, and normally we have half an hour to talk about what the news might be. This time
we're juggling a lot lately.
We've got a name for our Kickstarter.
Oh, right. I didn't know. I wasn't sure if you wanted to announce it now or at the end of the month.
I hadn't thought about it until it just popped in my mind.
All right.
Oh, should we wait till we have the logo so I can say it, and then the logo will appear magically on the screen?
Oh yeah, let's not tell them.
All right. So
never mind.
Next thing was last week we were. Is that too mean?
It's really mean.
Okay.
It's really mean.
Cities Untold. We have to wait for the applause and stuff.
The problem is now you told him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Darn. I don't know. Can you say damn on yeah.
On Twitch.tv?
I'm thinking about people watch with their children. They do. Somebody watches this during dinner with their kids. This is.
They said damn in Shadow the Hedgehog though, so I think it's.
Okay, fair. Well, it was because there was a beaver dam, right? That was.
No, it's because Shadow the Hedgehog was supposed to be the edgy game in the franchise, so he uses guns and stuff, and they lean into it so hard. He's collecting the Chaos Emeralds as you do, and there's a point he's walking, and the facial rigging on the shows is or on those games is always really weird. So he's walking in this cutscene and he's "Where's the damn fifth emerald?" And it's so funny. It's so bad.
Well, anyway, Cities Untold. Which ultimately Michelle came up with that one after, 250 iterations of where you're well, it needs to feel like this, it needs to accomplish this, it needs to be this, it needs to be generic but specific, it needs to, not like this, it has to be, it was building, and now it follows in the line of Caverns Deep, Wildlands, Cities Untold. Boom. Nothing else to say about that. We'll have a logo soon. Coming soon. The other thing I was realized was last week On last week's episode, I wish we had like a flashback. Someone was asking about other light puck pieces that we were thinking about in Wildlands. And I said, oh, there's a ruins piece where I grabbed the mock from home. I thought it'd be fun to see.
Oh, cool.
Things that never were. I don't think I've ever shown this one on the air. I don't know.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Let me move all these reliquaries. This was a fun. I don't know why I have to have it on a train tray. Maybe it'll be easy to read on there.
It's not magnetized.
Yeah, it was just like it was a presentation, the flourish. So this is a an overly large ruins piece, and the idea is this pops out. It had these were the holders, the same gag as the Oblivion Nexus, so it would hold other insert bits there, like the summoning circle and whatnot. And then I didn't actually cut it out, but this was going to take the light puck would fit in. And originally, this was for I was trying to make a light puck into in an 8x8 floor, and then there were going to be these holes were for different. There's like those were going to have light, and then this was going to have light. It was going to be separate zones, and you could do whatever. But so that was it. And there's pole accessory holes, so you could like put decorate up the edges. But
that is a massive piece.
Yeah, it's fun, right? And then the idea is we would make it in a third. You'd only sculpt a third of it, and then you'd cast it 3 times, and you'd weather up like the other 2 ones, give them a little extra vegetation and bits or whatever, and then you could finish things. And then the idea was that there'd be some like statue things here with clear toppers, so that this you could light would carry up through here, and then you could illuminate these things and whatever, and the swirling bits. Yeah, it was a fun thing that never happened. That was when I was making mocks that were too big. But Wildlands was big. Everything was going big.
Yeah, we made more pieces than ever, I think, and
bigger, more surface area than ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a fun. Thanks for asking about that. It was fun to dredge up pieces of foam that will never exist. Can you imagine if Michelle doing like all of her,
if she'd done reliefs all around the outside of that.
Oh yeah, and just like intricate little scroll work and all the thing. It would have been each step have a little it would have been fun times.
It would have been incredible. It also would have been prohibitively expensive to make.
Well, details.
People are saying there should have been a resin.
Yeah, be really expensive. It's hard to make.
I think also trying to do translucent special effects pieces with resin is scary.
Is scary, and it shrinks and sort of. All right, we have reliquary stuff to look at. Should we look at? We've got painted ones. We've got unpainted heroes, and then we have some painted samples of mostly the thrones and pedestals. What should we look at first?
And we'll just wait and see.
First answer gets it.
Oh, Jen Watson, thank you for all of those subs. Thank you.
How many subs?
5.
Wow.
Just gifted 5 to people.
We have a very generous audience.
We do.
So what do they want to see? The paint or no paint?
Start unpainted, says Keenan. Unpainted.
All right, done.
Orion says samples, which is all of them.
I didn't even paint samples.
Yeah, it's 3 unpainted.
Yeah.
Let's just do unpainted.
All right. And by 3 you mean 4. It's good. All right. Well, let's look at
3 people said unpainted. So
okay. Yeah. All right, we got this guy. This is, and remember these are unpainted.
Feeders.
So yeah, get the.
This is our ice. This is our ice bird.
Right. It totally looks like ice art.
Yeah.
You put the thing on the top of the cake. Let's see if I can get this to work. So we also, Miles was clever enough. He was like, hey, we've got they don't have batteries in them yet. They had to ship them without batteries. So airship, they can't do batteries. They ultimately have these rechargeable batteries, but using the charging bays, if we keep it in camera. So check this out. This is neat. The back of the base has an LED, so you can tell if it's charging. Woo! Isn't that awesome? It's new. I got to turn it on. First step. Okay. Turn on. Is that? Wow, that was anticlimactic.
Is the battery not working or?
I don't know. Let's try it with one of the other ones to see. Does that one work?
There's not like those little pull tabs you got to take out or anything, right?
No. This one work? I just did it. Oh yeah, this works. I don't know why the other, you can barely see it was a little light. Huh. Well, that was anticlimactic. I don't understand.
Did you put the switch the right way?
Remains to be seen.
Did you turn these on earlier?
Oh yeah, now it's
Oh, there it
working.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just dim. Maybe I couldn't see that it was on because I have like 9 studio lights.
Do you want me to kill the lights?
Sure, see what happens. Woo!
There we go.
Flickery,
Nice.
Flickery Phoenix.
The breathing. I like that it's slightly syncopated.
We got the, oh, this one doesn't fit on the, so we got the sample as base and this, of course the elf doesn't fit and it's in disco mode. I don't know the remote. when you turn on the RGB without the remote, it goes into disco mode.
Do you want a remote?
Yeah, do you have one?
We
right over
got
there.
we got remotes all over the place, right?
It's true.
Yeah, there's some over there. We use so many of these RGBs in this room that there's just remotes all over the place.
Yeah. All right, let's turn the lights back on so we can see the detail on this thing.
Yeah.
That was,
Man, they really kept. Let's get in close on those reliefs.
yeah, Michelle just crushed it. So Eli did the Phoenix, swirling energy. Ice bird. Michelle did this. There's my spot. We've got. So there's a problem with the casting on the what was this called, the furnace portal?
Something
like that.
furnace.
So the one of the arms is askew. Right, they should be both lined up on the same plane. This one's here, and this one should be in like this. So pretend that it's in. It's irksome, and obviously it looks a little wild when it's in all clear, but when it's painted, she'll blow your mind. Let's plug it in.
Oh, it was furnace portal? Huh. Why did I thought it ended with furnace?
Don't know, because it was like a
We
year
did
ago.
change names on almost all these pieces like
Yes.
20 times over the course of the.
So this one
Not
has
during
the
the Kickstarter, but before.
breathing blue, breathing green, and then it has it up, the RGB cycle going on the upward. Whoops. Yeah, it's gonna be like a light show party thing.
I do
So
like
another
that
Eli.
every one of these we did LEDs for every one of them, but each one got like a different kind of LED.
Different treatment that depending on what it wanted. Then we have the
Right, the Arcane Dalek. That's the unofficial name of the furnace portal.
Eldritch Horror. Wait, let's get this thing on. Is that on?
Got a first-time chatter.
Hey, first
Amps-
time chatter.
Amps,
Welcome.
Amps says, just dropped a Dwarven Forge dungeon encounter on my kids for the first time. It was their first non-2D experience. Their minds were blown.
How old are they?
Yeah, because you never got to really have that because like, your kids grew up with this stuff in the house.
Literally, Grayson was using caverns, original caverns as bath toys.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
'cause it sticks to the magnets. Oh no, the caverns didn't have the first one. Caverns didn't have the magnets. When did he have the magnets? But that was the first one. Then, because he was two. No, maybe it was caverns. No, it was original caverns. But what came in that he was so excited? I just remember there were boxes of everything, and I don't know, timeline. It was pre-castles, or maybe it was cities. I don't know. But yeah, there was like from the get-go.
It says they're 7, 9, and 11.
Nice, that's perfect.
Old
Like,
enough to understand.
mind-blowing.
Old enough to understand what's
Yeah.
going on, but young enough to get really, really hype about it.
So this is the Nina sculpted
It's the Radiant Horror.
Radiant Horror for the new base.
Hey, I forgot we had to redo the base.
Yeah. It sounds soul crushing. Because it was such a cool, creepy. The back of this thing is just.
I'm excited to see people do their like end of the game like BBG encounters using this.
It's this. Biblically accurate angel.
Yeah.
Just coming to say hi.
AKA the Stranger Things flower. I haven't seen
Ooh.
Stranger Things at all yet, actually.
I really?
I haven't watched any of it.
Oh man,
I need to eventually, but I'm a real
I've actually seen something you haven't seen.
I'm a real baby about scary stuff.
It's not that scary. I don't think.
Yeah, but it's got like a horror aesthetic to it, which is
Yeah.
enough for me to get
But
anxious
also
about it.
nostalgia.
And then if I watch it, I know I'll be fine. Every time I actually end
Yeah.
up watching horror, it doesn't actually bother me.
No,
But
no.
like what I build up in my head is way worse than
It's
what
not
actually happens.
so. I'm sure you've seen worse.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Just started collecting Dwarven Forge this last month. Already my son's favorite thing to do with me.
It's the best.
Building-
Bonding with your kids, building.
We have so many people on the Discord who just build with their kids all the time.
Because it's the best.
Is Nina
So-
doing any work on Cities Untold? Yes, she
Yes.
is.
Yeah, she's working on a piece right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm like, has she worked on any of the stuff that we have told them about yet? I think most of the stuff she's working on we've kind of
She's
kept.
mostly in Ashlar.
Yeah.
I think she's actually almost done exclusively Ashlar stuff. So it's come to see. So this they've missed the little gold. This is the little indicator when you have it on the counter dial where front is. They missed putting that in gold, but otherwise, it's a paint sample. Yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. Ram pillar. Cool Nina piece. Oh, we've got. So while we're being dwarf world here. This is the what is it? The Griffin Guardian.
Griffin Guardian.
Shell.
Yeah.
Look at all that. All the beautiful details.
I'm really happy with how the paint's coming out.
Yeah.
It's like super simple, but it looks really it's really effective. On the Dwarven stuff in particular, like it's really just two colors, but like I don't know, it really pulls off.
Should we show the? Might as well show the dwarf hero while we're in. And I'll put this in here. It's although once again anticlimactic because hard to see with the thing. Although you can see when it's looking. So there's uplight, it's red, and then
I can
there's
also kill the
lights in the eyes. Yeah, hit it. The blackout.
Bam.
Glowing eyes.
I like that it catches his beard.
Yeah.
How can we get these pieces? These ones are we're fulfilling the Kickstarter for them. So after we send these out to backers, they'll go up in the store probably by the end of the year. At the rate things are moving. Well, assuming we don't have a massive hang up with the EU that time around. Although we should learn this time around what we need to stop it from happening with reliquaries.
Oh man, I hope. I don't even want to.
Yeah. I've started collecting Dwarven Forge terrain. Are there any good tutorials out there for making dynamic looking setups that aren't just big square rooms? We've got a ton of
watch
videos.
Build of the month. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a ton of videos that are good for stuff like that. Build of the month is like a really good series for that. You can also, depending on what sets you got as well, we've got playlists for like every Kickstarter that will show you how best to use the pieces from those Kickstarters as well on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, you could just walk through all the Dungeon of Doom encounter walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Show a bunch of interesting rooms.
Also, a ton of people on the Discord would love to give you advice as well. Our Discord is super active, full of a lot of people who... there's usually somebody online who can answer a question at any moment. Looking forward to getting my reliquaries and using them as fun story pieces for my players.
Yeah.
This one that he's holding right now has already been used on Critical Role.
Yeah.
Matt Mercer used this a couple months ago.
Where's the? Oh, we also got this. We got the stone plug.
I want actual gold filigree. Yeah, we're actually putting authentic gold flakes on
Real
on all
gold.
the dwarven pieces and reliquaries. It's it's a collector's item, so
We did talk about early on casting the dwarf one in like bronze or something. You could buy we'd do a limited edition bronze run or something. But it was too much work. Powerstone charger, cool Eli piece with.
I think he used it in the Nightmare. Yeah, he used it in the Nightmare King's lab. It was like a really bizarre encounter. It was very early in C3.
Our friend
The sploosh.
Sploosh.
which is what it's going to be called. We're never going to use the actual name for it.
Partially because I can't remember the actual name. And
Spiraling Geyser, I think.
yeah. Sounds about right.
It's like nobody wants to call Hammond Wrecking Ball, you know?
What?
You don't play Overwatch, it's fine.
Yeah.
I love when Dwarven Forge flexes with their terrain, so humble but still name dropping the big shots.
Wow.
Well, it's how you can see it in use currently. There's not a ton of ways. There's very few people that have any of this stuff yet. Just a couple prototypes.
The purple on the bottom is my favorite.
Tamarack posted their Phoenix prototype
Woo!
that they won for guessing reliquaries before we announced it.
That was a fun giveaway. I can't believe someone
We didn't expect anybody to be able to do it, and then they did.
Well, in our defense, it was right. It was like reliquaries of something, or right, or reliquary.
It was a 2-word thing that had reliquaries in it, and it was like we have to count it.
It was so
like
good.
to even think of the word reliquary,
Yeah.
like we have to count it.
It was
like,
good.
Yeah. The Sploosh Gorgon. There we go.
The Enigma spider.
Enigma spider. I love how many different things this could be. Like you could use it as a mode of transportation. You could use it as a
Dentist chair.
dentist chair. You could use it as a trap. Or you can use it to hold dice.
Could be a automaton.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Got a couple war games. These pieces will be great objective markers for. Yeah, these will be really good for war games as well.
For sure. Yeah, so this stuff is looking good, looking on time, looking. We got a couple of we have to fix the arm on that thing. The dwarf is a little crooked. Like we got a couple of little bits to clean up on these, but like they're already casting away on stuff. So
it's all very minor. It's been very weird having this go as smoothly as it's been going.
Yeah, no, because everything has just been such a train wreck for 2 years. We're like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, when is everything gonna fall apart?
Yeah, like at some point we're gonna find out that I don't know, that something major is gonna go wrong. But so far it's all just been kind of smooth and
yeah, we living large. Put your favorite mini on here.
Putting goblin pilots in it, yeah. Dude, Goblin Artificer. You can make a Goblin Artificer who just uses that as a kind of a makeshift apparatus of the crab. Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's totally.
It would be a land thing, and
you could put this in here too if you need like a.
I had an apparatus of the crab in the first campaign I played in 3.5.
Did you abuse it?
Yeah, because I trained my badger familiar that I had. So he had a higher intelligence, so he could technically. I put other animals that could speak weasel in the tank with him.
Wait, badgers speak weasel?
Yeah.
Huh.
And so I just there's like a badger and a wolverine, and they were able to pilot it because my badger had higher intelligence because it was a familiar and it wasn't like a regular badger.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so I'd be riding my enchanted bison. And then I would have my badger and wolverine piloting the apparatus of the crab.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's what D&D's made of.
That's what D&D is for.
Yeah. Absurd.
Yeah. Yeah, but Spelljammer is too far.
Nope.
Let's see.
No hamjammer denied. All right. Let's. Does anybody have any questions on reliquaries before? So those are pieces from our last Kickstarter, which we're looking like we're going to be shipping those tail end of September, assuming that everything happens between A and B goes smoothly. Which
people might be getting these while the city's Kickstarter is running.
Very, very high probability.
Huh.
Yeah. Depending on us launching on time and shipping happening on time. But chances are also shipping is probably going to be late, and we're probably going to be late, so it'll still coincide. I think all sides point to yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All sides point to yep.
Yep. All right. So, is there any questions on reliquaries?
Yeah. Oh, so and I guess the thing is the rest of the stream is basically going to be good for Q&As because we're kind of just going to be building.
Building.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of did that in maybe they got like smoking stuck in my head.
Do I know smoking?
I think it's a Boston song.
Mm.
Smoking by I think it's Boston. Smoking. You don't know
No.
Smoking?
I don't. I'll have to look it up.
It was probably before your time.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Boston
about it.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in the first Devil May Cry, right?
Reliquaries are going to be store products. Yes.
Correct.
They are arguably going to be more of a store product than a Kickstarter product.
Distinct possibility.
That's what we were hoping for with them.
All right. So we're gonna build tonight's episode. We're gonna build. So a few weeks ago, I started messing with the layer cake, where you can see the side of a build on the side of a mountain. There's gonna be some sort of castle on the top of the mountain. So this is a build for our booth at Gen Con in August. We've got to figure it out now while there's a little bit of breathing room before Kickstarter madness becomes madness. The top of this corner, it's going to be the high traffic corner, so we need something like big and flashy that gets a lot of eyeballs. Building out this mountain where you can see the cross section of it. Going to have some sort of castle type thing at the top of it. And so I wanted to start messing around with the castle to figure out. I need to figure out the sort of the footprint of the castle to figure out what I have to build the mountain to. Like the mountain needs to kind of, they're going to go hand in hand. And I know we definitely have a 12 by 12 at the top. Ooh, I didn't think about, I'm going to get some escarpments. Just thinking I might want to, let me get a few escarpments. I might want to do something, I want to do some tricksy bits with the escarpments. Does anybody have any requests in Castle World?
Paul says Necro Keep. Or 4 suspended parapets.
Yes, maybe
suspended
not 4,
parapets
I
are just
do
really
2,
nice to look at in general. We should definitely, especially because people will be like at eye level or below with this. Like that could be nice. Jade Kind saying we should do runic theme. Real Arate says Shimmerfront Flash, whatever that means.
Real Arate is a real sport for embracing the Shimmerfront.
the bit that's been going on for like a year now.
Yeah.
God, you alright?
I just got the funny bone.
Nice.
Thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, people are saying runic accessories would be fun. Okay. A Hellgate, a Sally Port hidden in the escarpments. I don't know what a Sally Port is. What's a Sally Port?
It's a small side gate where you can launch a counteroffensive when the army is attacking your main gate. You sally forth from the Sally Port and go attack them from the side when they're least expecting it.
I can't believe these guys were fighting wars with such silly terminology.
Yeah. Everything French sounds silly. It's like
a mountain castle's got to be all about spires. Yeah, we're definitely going to have like really impressive roofs. Sallyport was where the Uruk-hai blew up Helm's Deep. Huh. The more you know. Oh, actually, that's not a terrible idea, though. I wonder if we can make that work. Orion is saying we should have a dock on the tallest tower to be a Spelljammer dock. Do we have a way to work a dock into a castle?
Wow.
I don't know if you can hear me. Don't say that too loud, or you're going to have a problem with Quebec customs.
So what I started thinking, so...
He didn't hear me.
I don't know how this is all going to work.
It's fine, he didn't hear me. It's okay.
Hadn't thought about this beforehand. I might want to do... What?
Finley's saying we should put the nest and the wyvern on top of the castle. If we could have like some sort of like landing or something we could put the nest on.
That's a nice touch. It's abandoned.
Abandoned castle, yeah.
abandoned tower.
I wonder why it's abandoned. There's just like a bunch of wyverns everywhere.
Let me get a couple more. I don't know. I think about this.
Is there a way to work a dock into like an upper area in the castle to be like a skyship dock?
Yes.
Really? Okay, I'd love to see that. Rabbit's saying that real military castles don't have spires, which is why it's abandoned and the wyverns have taken it over. It was
And
not
Rabbit
actually
would know
built
he
for good
lived
defense.
next door to a castle.
The Empire State Building was intended as a dirigible dock?
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem wise. Why do they make it so
True.
pointy then? You're gonna get the blimp caught on it. That's just a bad idea. It's like deciding you're gonna make balloon animals with needles. Mainly because I want to see the dock, but I know Nate doesn't like Spelljammer.
All right.
A drill could put some paired peg holes on. I'm curious. He immediately said that he could do it, so I'm really curious to see how.
So what I'm thinking is,
Wait, is it the castle bridge? No, because that's one peg.
All right, what I'm thinking is I think this is gonna be like the lonely lookout tower that may or may not be attached to the rest of the castle, right? This is gonna be the elevated bit that's up above, and then maybe some stuff cascades down to get to the lower, but like the lower part of the castle will be lower. But I'm thinking, but I definitely definitely need a bridge. Definitely need a couple of different levels. Definitely some suspended parapets.
Why does the tower have to be lonely? That's sad.
Well, it's just it's got multiple spires, so that makes it lively. But it's true. It is a little.
Yeah, Oliver, the European container is still being held in customs, and they're not being, they're not being the most open to working with us on it. So.
It's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say things that'll make it worse.
Well, we don't really directly know what's
watching these
going on.
streams.
But yeah,
That's the main
they
thing
were
is,
gonna
like-
release it until they watched our stream. Like, no, those guys.
Yeah, that bearded guy really blew it.
You have a yeah.
talking
I don't know. I think a Miles is bearded. I don't think of you as bearded.
What would you call this?
It's like scruff. I don't know.
This
What
is,
is
this
it?
is beyond scruff.
Okay.
Scruff is where it doesn't
I
really
can't
have
grow
any
a
issue.
beard, so I shouldn't throw stones.
Scruff is what I had for 2 months before I had this.
Right. Scruff was the getting here.
Yeah, they're not being super open about even telling us exactly why we can't get through. But it's just frustrating because we have to like talk to them through a guy who talks to them through another guy. And it makes it slower and harder to get exact information than we would like.
Everybody along the way wants a little cash and thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm making that up, but I bet it's true.
Every time we want to talk, Jay has to like go meet them in the back corner
with
of a restaurant.
another envelope of cash.
He's always sitting with his back to the wall.
Totally.
Yeah.
He puts on a different tie as his disguise. He's like,
You know, Jay has something like 500 ties. He has more ties than he could wear. If he wore a different tie every single day for an entire year, he would go through his whole collection.
He's got to make sure that they don't, they can't identify him on security camera footage.
Yeah, like changing.
He's got to wear a different tie every day so they can never go,
man,
well,
the elusive 1x3.
sure the face is similar, but like the tie is completely different.
Yeah, we thought it was him, but the tie really throws it all off. I should also go higher.
I doubt it's a corruption issue. Yeah, I don't think it's a corruption issue. I
No,
think it's
not
just
at all.
the reality is apparently Brexit meant that a lot of stuff changed without much of a plan, customs wise, and we're hearing a lot of people say that they have been having similar issues when they've tried to send large containers through there.
Well, also, it could be just this individual.
It could just be that we got a bad agent too. Yeah.
He just doesn't like
We got somebody
toys.
w's just a stickler or something.
It's a
Somebody who
satanic
just
panic
hates
all
toys.
over again.
We got a real Burgermeister burger, which actually works better because it's Germany. Anybody get that reference? Anybody watch the old Rankin Bass Christmas movies? Claymation? There we go. People get it. All right. The guy, he hates toys because he like slips on a toy at some point and hurts his back. And he's like, "That's it, no more toys in town." And then Santa Claus comes to town, and it's a whole thing. They teach him to love again. Don't worry. We just got to get to that point. We just got to get them. If they just played with it for a few minutes, every problem is generally solved as soon as people get their hands on Dwarvenite for the first time. You know?
I love that solution to just get them. Tell them, listen, open up a Wildlands Untamed.
Do you have kids?
Play.
It's like, hey, do you have kids? Why don't you just bring your kids over?
Play with this for an hour, and you're gonna feel great. All right.
Do you want to deny the fine people of the European Union these bonding opportunities with their children?
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Denied.
Yeah. I don't know. Right. The point is, Oliver, we are genuinely every day we're trying to figure this thing out, and whatever ends up happening, whatever their answer ends up being, we've been talking about the best way to handle it to get your stuff as quickly as possible, and try to make sure that if we have to release it in store before we're able to get it into the EU for financial reasons, we're talking about ways that we can make sure that we still do right by our European customers. We're trying to figure out how to make sure everybody's taken care of. German customs should not be having Brexit issues, but who knows? I think it has like a ripple effect, right? Because they have to redefine like a bunch of stuff, I imagine, when somebody leaves or joins the union.
Rewrite the code.
Yeah. And I heard it was something about like they were supposed to make a plan by a certain time and they didn't or something, or I don't know.
That was us.
Well. I don't know. You know, the point is, like they're not even like really being honest, like open with us about what exactly is wrong with our stuff. We're getting kind of like some vague ideas, but yeah.
Well, because there's nothing wrong.
It's because we cut the cattails.
It was
Yeah.
It's Gridgate. They don't see the subtle one.
They only lit gridless materials through. I don't know what to tell you.
Like we do not see a subtle 1-inch grid through here. I just don't. If these were gridless, we would have let them through, but
we don't like grids here. Sorry. You're measuring everything by an inch. We don't use that system.
We need metric grids.
Yeah. Centimeters or else. We have to go back. We have to redraw them all by meters instead of inches.
Maybe centimeters. Huh, where's the bridge? So I was thinking that I was going to do the gag, like the Sorcerer's Sanctum gag, where I have like, you can't even see because it's here.
Did we have
like a large tower and a small tower with a bridge connecting them and put them on things, but I'm going to run out of space on the 12 by...
Did we have, isn't there a set that is just the SFX cutout floor?
Maybe? Question mark?
Jeffrey's asking if we can get an option to just get the cutout floor by itself. It's tricky to use without stilts with the Oblivion Nexus. I could have sworn we had a pack. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that we had... It's not on the website. Maybe we didn't. I could have sworn there were ways to get it. No, we definitely do.
I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny your recollections.
I swear I was looking at the store earlier and I swear I saw the SFX cutout floor unpainted was like, because I was making that list.
You checking it twice?
Yeah, I was making that list of mountain sets. I swear it's in there.
Search the web store for
$17.
SFX.
Yeah, it is there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get the cutout floor by itself.
Whoa! Woo!
Oh, you just like whip shot that light puck.
Well, it was attached. It turns out it was tethered to the. It was tethered. It was plugged in,
That woke
and
me up.
so I yanked it, and then it released up the thing, and yeah, that was wild.
Don't see it in painted options. We might not have the painted listing up yet, but it is there for unpainted. So it might just be that we don't have that listing up yet. Yeah, there's still a couple things missing that we're waiting on some graphics and stuff for, or like some info for. Let's see. Does it still work? Probably. Just grab your phone, yeah.
So I
If
don't
you had a
have my
dock
phone.
for a Wyvern, how about a floating modular ship to battle it? Yeah, let's just make that by Gen Con.
An airship dock and a wyvern.
Were there any questions I missed during the tragedy that just happened? Put a light puck on every floor. Imagine the eerie glow. We just burned that many light pucks. The problem with the light puck... Well, supposedly Orion, like, ran the light puck for, like, 10 hours. Without it dying.
Orion's a champion.
Yeah. I think it was, like, not at full brightness. Which probably helped.
Huh? Where are the bridges? I gotta go find a bridge. All right, then we'll get some. We'll get this thing. We'll get lively in a second.
Burgermeister Meisterburger is from Santa. Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. The one where Santa is like young and a redhead. He's like a young hot redhead, instead of the jolly man we all know. Heat miser and cold miser. Yeah, I'm Mr. White Christmas.
Where the
Hi,
heck
Mr.
is
Snow.
the bridge?
What's up? You missing something?
Oh, I just don't know where the bridges are.
Which bridge? Castle Bridge?
Madison County, yeah.
Madison County.
Where? Where are the?
I mean, it should be in castles, right?
You'd think.
You think it wouldn't be hard to find?
Oh, here
right?
they are. No, it's over next to the.
We didn't take any to Adepticon, so it should all be there.
Yeah, I found.
But the 2 resin pieces going to be stocked. Whatever overflow stock we have, we are going to put in there. It's going to depend on how much we have left after replacements and stuff.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe.
I don't know like quantities of any of this stuff off the top of my head. We're going to be adding filters to the store by the time it launches that will let you sort it by high stock, low stock, and also have like a category for stuff that like compositions that we're not going to make again. So like we might still make, like we'll probably still make the pieces, but like not in that exact composition. So those filters are still going to be added coming up.
Man, I have a love-hate relationship with complicated builds.
And
I
yet
love
you always
doing
choose them. Yeah.
Well, as I like the. All right, let's go back to the basics. Let's just start with. I know we were gonna have. How do we make a tower more lively?
Well, we've got all the theme packs that might be able to do some stuff. Don't we have accessories that you can hang out the windows, or am I making that up?
I was more at a high. I was thinking at like at the architectural level. What I'll probably do.
I don't know. I'm not educated.
Yeah, the dressing will be the fun. Like maybe what I'll do is I'll batter base it down to a 8x8, and then.
Hey, Tails.
So if we do this, this is a fun thing, right? So if you've got your tower and you've got these things on, you can build it on an 8x8 city base. So you can have like a square base that then narrows down up into a circular tower. And that square base can have we can put a suspended parapet on there, or 2 or 4.
4.
Whatever.
Yeah. Will the price hikes also apply to the new Caverns and Hellscape core sets? The new composition. Well, with the reconfigs.
Oh, Hellscape is not going to go up in price.
Okay.
Jay's like, he just, yeah.
I think the new.
That one's too, it's already just.
Do you think all the new configurations would be safe since they were made?
I don't know. I cannot make any
guarantees. We will make, we will spread the word from the,
we'll sing it from the mountains.
As we know more specifically.
Yeah. But it is imminent.
Let's see.
And you know what we're going to raise the price on a lot?
Castles.
Paint.
That's good, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you mean by a lot?
It's probably going to go up to like $12 a bottle.
Okay, it's still not a bad.
No, it's still
price.
cheaper than.
It's just that we've been selling them at such a ridiculously cheap price, and we're like basically losing money on them. Like,
yeah.
$4 more. Okay. That's a hike. It's a hike when you consider we were selling it for like $8 a bottle, but like that is way cheaper. Yeah, it's a 50% increase, but priced 75% lower than everybody else's prices for like the same amount.
That's
it's the reality.
The
like
highest. It's the highest raise of all.
It'll also make it like. It'll make it easier to justify getting more paint and stuff if we're actually making at least a little money on them.
Well, it's come up. It's come up numerous times on this show, and generally everybody says, "Well, just raise your prices, dummies."
Yeah.
So they didn't say the dummies part. I added that.
When is it going up? We don't know when exactly yet, but it should be soon. Probably before the next Kickstarter. Or I think definitely before the next Kickstarter, but maybe before Wildlands goes in the store.
Yeah, or right when Wildlands goes in the store, or somewhere in the next. Jeez, Louise, everything is a left. Soon, TM.
It is giveaway time. If
what?
You want to think of a word.
It's a good thing somebody reminded us.
Yeah. But oh god. Hey, if you're worried about these price increases, here's your chance to get $50 free.
Nice segue. Did you train for that? That was
Dragos is suggesting untold is the word.
Perfect. Ship it.
Let's get it in there. Give me a few minutes, or not a few minutes, but give me a few seconds.
Give it a few hours.
Give me a few hours to put this into the system. All right. If you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for the online store, type untold into chat. UNTOLD.
That was good suspense.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and put untold in chat for a chance to win a $50 gift card. It does not matter where you live. It is entirely digital. We do not have to ship anything. We can just give it to you. It actually might be most beneficial for people who are international because it'll basically offset shipping costs.
Wow, do we just do a full... I mean, I don't know how anybody gets in, but...
Undertow. Untoward. Thank you, Dragos.
Undertow.
I appreciate
good album.
I appreciate your irreverence.
I mean, where else can you be irreverent if not this this channel?
Yeah. We've got the least reverence you've ever seen. I've never even been to a church. I never even met a reverend. I wasn't sure if it scanned initially, so I had to.
Yeah, no,
I had to explain the joke.
It's always better, right, when you explain it.
It's always better when you explain it.
Yeah, really, it just lands hard that way. It's good. He is good. I'm excited. How do we have? We said you had a new person in chat today.
We had a couple new people.
Where did they come from? How did you get here, and why are you here? And will you ever come back?
We had a couple new people.
Tell us about
yourself. They just got their new stuff because there was the one who said that they just showed the kids their first dungeon build. Another who said they were building with their kids with their first stuff that they just got. And I think we had somebody else who said that they just got their first order as well. So we've had a number of new people.
That's amazing.
Tonight.
How did you guys find out about us.
And how'd you find out about the stream? too,
Yeah,
as well?
like why are you?
Did you find out through the Discord, or did you just happen to be on Twitch and you're like, wait, I recognize that name? Where did they go? It'd kill it'd kill your 100% miss rate. I swear you've won some. Well, maybe it was it just reserve player for the anniversary game? I remember you were one of the 3 backup players in case somebody had to drop out when we did the anniversary game. Told there was a giveaway at 8 p.m. so you came here.
Fair. Where did you find out that there was a giveaway at 8 p.m.?
Well, Mace does blast it out on all the socials.
It's true. So you saw it on the internet, the social medias.
Thin Man's been lurking for a while, but has done 4 Dwarven Forge Kickstarters so far.
Wow.
Was it the last 4? So, like, starting with Dungeon of Doom? No, Caverns Deep. Would be Caverns Deep, Hellscape, Wildlands, Reliquaries. Would be the last 4.
Unless they came in at Dungeon of Doom,
Could have come in
skipped
Dungeon of Doom
Reliquaries.
and then skipped Hellscape or Reliquaries. There's no way anybody skipped Wildlands.
Nobody that's happy about it.
Twitter notification? Okay, so it was the Twitter post.
Huh.
Was a
There you
backup
go.
player, but I'm not new. That's fair. David Moffat.
Oh, Moffat's.
Yeah.
Moffat's the
I wish
farthest from new.
I wish we'd had time to do the anniversary stuff again this year, but I do so much more stuff now than I did
No
back then.
time for anniversaries.
Yeah.
No time for killing.
Facebook,
We
if I
need-
recall, this is my 3rd time. It's a backup player, but I'm not new. Doom skipped Hellscape. And skipped Reliquaries. Okay.
Skipped Hellscape and Reliquaries. So what was
You
it?
skipped Wildlands and you were pissed when you realized what it was. I'm sorry.
Wait, how did you not know what it was? Like that's
There were a couple people
legitimate question.
afterwards
Like-
who said that they somehow managed to like they were Dwarven Forge fans, but they somehow managed to like miss Wildlands. I think 2020 was just such a wild year.
I mean, it was.
I think a lot of people just
It
kind
was
of.
the middle of a pandemic. Like
It was a very weird.
Yeah,
year.
it's tough times.
Extremely weird year.
All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna make.
What pieces is the small tower sitting on? Those are just the convex escarpments.
They're new. Yeah, it's three
The small convex.
three small convexes and then an end cap and a 1x3, the legendary
Nice.
1x3 here to just give it a little bit of variety, so it's not 4 of the same piece in a circle.
You just
and
didn't look into it. Oh, I'm sorry.
It makes a really nice footprint for a small round tower, and then the large ones make a really nice footprint for a large tower, which was no accident.
Mr. Feelgood MD, which I'm wondering why it's not Dr. Feelgood MD.
Yeah, he hasn't finished Feel
says-
Good
says
School.
Cities Untold is going to be his first Kickstarter.
Oh yes!
Yeah.
Let's get some more info. Tell me more.
What are you a doctor of? That information? Or like...
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I am curious. It feels like we've gotten a lot of new people in the fold since Wildlands. And so for a lot of people who I feel like are pretty active here and on Discord, it feels like Cities is going to be their first Kickstarter. Because we had a ton of people come in like right after Wildlands. You have the Kickstarter mountain set, bought it for $4,300 on eBay. That's a lot.
Which set?
Are you talking about? Oh, from Wildlands, not the.
The
That's-
Arendthor
that's
Mountains.
still a
and
pretty
stuff.
big price hike. Huh? Because I think the mega.
I forgot there's a whole secondary market.
Yeah, the mountain mega was what, like 14? It was like mid-1,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Run a poll to see who's not back to Kickstarter. Then I gotta do work. All right, let's see.
Slippery
Just out of
slope.
curiosity.
This work.
How many Kickstarters have you done? Many. None. Well, I should actually do it in order.
It's 0.
Only Wildlands. Only Reliquaries. Okay, actually, let's just say, what was your first Kickstarter? I think that's actually the better way to
That's a
phrase
great
this.
one.
We'll say Reliquaries, Wildlands, earlier, and then
None.
Cities Untold will be my first. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess I'll just write none. Cities Untold will be my first is too long. I'll run that poll for 3 minutes. All right, that poll is up if anybody wants to vote on that. Does Reliquaries count? Yes, it does. Reliquaries does count.
For
Super active
sure.
Chat today? Yes. I feel like Reliquaries,
Reliquaries
because
counts
Wildlands
like
was
double.
2 years ago. What's up?
Reliquaries counts like double.
Yeah. Like, because I think that's like anything before Wildlands, like that was over 2 years ago. So that was 3 years ago. So yeah, because the last one before that was Hellscape in January or like summer 2019. Oh god.
It's amazing how quickly I can fill up a table with clutter.
Not a real doctor, but to make you feel good. There we go. 2650 painted though. Oh wow. Was that really how much the mega? It is a lot of mountains.
It's a lot of mountains. It's really big.
Wait, you sell this stuff? Yeah, we do. In fact, all the stuff on the table right here, well, not all of it.
Yeah.
The castle stuff is all on sale. The other stuff, the mountains pieces, are going to be going on sale
Soon.
like probably a month-ish this summer. This summer for sure. Is Cities 2 on the poll?
Summer.
Cities 2 will be the none answer, basically. If you haven't if Cities 2 is going to be your first, just select none. Yeah, the poll's at the top of the chat. If you're on computer, if you're on phone, it should still be at the top of the chat, I think. Yeah, we didn't actually lose anything on the ship. We saw somebody was like saying that to try and like jack up their their eBay prices, and we were.
Wait, what happened?
Somebody was saying that like, oh, the Wildlands Kickstarter, they lost all their stuff off of a boat, so this is the only way to get it.
Wow.
And they like jacked up their prices, and we're like,
wow.
yeah.
That's taking
And
enough nuggets of truth to like.
Somebody posted it on the Discord, and we were like, "Hey, yeah, nobody listen to this." It was like a thing of like, guys, don't like this person's like taking advantage of it. Like
This is nonsense. Yeah. Wow.
I'm sorry, Jester. If you want to send us that guy's address, we'll.
Did they buy it from that person?
Yeah, they're the person who bought that set where the guy said that. Oh, it all fell into the ocean, so there's not.
But how did they get it? Their story's full of holes.
Yep. Yeah. It was I don't know. It felt like a very scummy thing to do.
Because it was a very scummy thing to do.
Yeah.
There are some unscrupulous people in this world.
You just say Mountains is going on sale. I'm literally waiting for my Aeronthor set to ship right now. The new Mountains from Wildlands will be going in the store sometime this summer. The original
Aeronthor.
Yeah, the original Aeronthor Mountains like is all different pieces, so they will go together, and like we didn't remake anything with Wildlands. So the original Aeronthor isn't being like replaced with the new stuff. It's more like this stuff is designed, they'll both work on their own and they'll work together.
Well, there's a bunch of like we have expansions to the original Aeronthor.
Yeah.
In the new stuff.
Okay. So the poll results are in. 8% or 6 people. Their first Kickstarter was Reliquaries.
Woo.
21 or 29%. First Kickstarter was Wildlands.
Woo.
42%, which is 30 people, backed something earlier than that, and 15 people or 21% haven't backed one yet, and so Cities will be the first.
That's exciting.
Let's see.
Is this gonna work?
We should have gone more mountain Wildlands. Well, the good news is a lot of the mountain stuff should be pretty plentiful and pretty easily restocked. Like the escarpments and like floors and banks and ledges, like all that stuff's bread and butter that we should be able to restock pretty consistently and pretty easily. OG Aeronthor is also shorter, 38 millimeters. Yeah, we did make a new line of pieces that are at the 38 millimeter height, and those are like the cliffs. So like with Wildlands, we were like, there's cliffs and there's escarpments, basically. And actually, we did escarpments with Caverns Deep with Dread Hollow too.
Yes.
So we've got like cliff height is like 38 millimeters, escarpment height is 50 millimeters.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What if my first Kickstarter was Reliquariums? You're gonna have to share.
They get bonus points, whoever that was.
Let's see. What is the stuff you think there will be issues restocking? Mostly like
Large
large set
sets.
pieces are always like the hardest stuff. So like Oblivion Nexus will be pretty difficult. Titan's Tooth will probably be kind of hard to restock. The Spore Claw will probably be difficult to restock. What else was there? Oh, is the huge hummock a thing that we think we'll be able to restock pretty easily, or is that
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't 100% know. I don't know any of it really. Like, haven't. I think so. I don't know. It's not as easy as the smaller high multiple pieces for sure.
OG versus OG Earth has a slight change, right? Do the floor corners underside holes change?
Yeah, there are no underside holes in the.
This is before magnets. Magnets hadn't been invented yet
No,
when we did the initial.
it's amazing. All the changes that we've seen just in technology and in
magnet
life.
technology. Then we figured out how magnets work. Will you be restocking original stone walls and roofs? Yeah, we are not abandoning any of the original city stuff when the new Kickstarter launches. The goal is to keep all of them in stock so that you can have all the different city flavors and make a super varied city. Can you bust out some Aranthor and show it side by side with the escarpments? I just bought some Aranthor and want to see how it looks. I can grab a couple.
Yeah.
Of the original Aranthor pieces.
Ooh, I'm getting tricksy here. I'm putting an 8x floor down. I don't know if this is gonna work. This could be a terrible idea, but 8x floor down on top of the roof platform. Then I'm gonna put battlements on top of that. I'll raise this up by 1 floor. Oh no, it's not gonna look well. It'll look okay. Is this a good idea? Don't know. No, that's not gonna look like anything. Maybe I step down. Oh no, maybe that'll be okay because it's.
I grabbed a variety of things that I could fit in my 2 hands. We can demonstrate on this probably.
Right here.
Or here. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, no, this table is like.
There's
it's
a lot
absurd.
of stuff.
It's absurd. I forgot to do that thing where I sometimes put a side table out and I can mess around on the side table.
To be fair. Would anything in the ruins be hard to restock, do you think?
No, I think the ruins are probably going to be the easiest thing to restock.
Yeah, they're all like actually really simple architecturally in comparison. They're beautiful, but like
They're not huge. Well, it's just
Yeah.
they're not huge and they're all high multiples, so that they're a dream to restock.
They're basically just a bread and butter biome, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think those will be something that we should have no problem.
Is Enchanted Pool a tough restock?
Oh man,
That
what
would
we're gonna do?
This is the Feywild Spring.
We've got to go through and tag them or something and do something. Like I don't want to give you a haphazard. I mean, these are all haphazard answers, but like the ruins, I can say for sure should be easy to restock because they're all smaller pieces and high multiples. So those should be no problem.
Will you restock the street pieces with the new cities? We've got Imperial Streets coming in the August restock. The update that just went up on the restock list on the site. Imperial Streets are coming in. We were planning to keep the streets around. Will there be rune buildings? We're not doing rune buildings in the new cities.
No, believe it or not.
Not yet.
Not now. Someday.
Yeah. Could potentially be something we expand in the future, but we could not fit them into this Kickstarter. Let's roll this giveaway.
Give it away.
Give it away now. To Notorious Osu.
Woo!
Love that game.
You love every game.
Yeah, but Osu's a classic. It's not really a classic. Well, in the right circles. All right, Notorious Osu, I'm going to whisper you. Just need to get the email for your Dwarven Forge store account. We can get that applied.
I didn't even think this out.
Bam. All right. Whisper to you when you've got a chance. Just go ahead and like respond to that, and we will get you set up with the $50.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right, we got all those Cliffies now. Did I miss anything? Let's see, because I was... Sounds like a lot of runes demand to me. There definitely is. However, we're doing so much in this next Kickstarter. We had to... we couldn't do everything.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah. The amount of stuff that we haven't shown you yet is actually kind of nuts. A lot of it probably, I'm sure a fair amount of it will end up being cut, but we'll see.
Well, we don't even have we have so much stuff that was not even ready yet. It's hard to even know if and what we're gonna cut. Because
if there are no runes, there must be a fire station and top quality fire wagons.
Facts.
That's not a bad idea for scatter. We've got like the regular wagon. What if we make like a fire wagon? Or we could do like a fancy carriage for people getting like horse rides through
the park.
Yeah. Because we get like in Hightown, yeah, you can just get like, and we'll make a horse that has like the little feathered plume.
Yeah.
Little fancy horses.
A decorated fancy show pony.
Yeah, show pony. A show pony to take a little colorful buggy around.
Let's
see. Modular wagon system. Yeah.
I would love to do a modular wagon system.
Good night, Brian. Night, Brian and Travis.
Hey, good night, guys.
Could be carriage, but is insert that you can swap to a fire wagon. Should the Everything Runes Kickstarter be called Oops All Runes or Nate Runes Everything?
I do have a tendency to destroy a few things.
The fire department in Untold is very overstaffed. With LEDs. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll put a bunch of little tiny like fairy light LEDs on the wagon as well.
That would be really cool.
Have you ever taken any of those like horse carriage rides like around Central Park or anything?
Mm-mm.
Is that a thing people actually do?
Yeah.
Really? I don't think I know a person who's done it. I think the closest I've come is seeing it happen in Ted Lasso.
They wouldn't do it if people weren't buying. Right?
You would think that.
I do.
But Morbius got a re-release in theaters.
Is that really?
It got re-released and it bombed even harder the second time.
That is tragic.
It's the funniest thing that's ever happened. A tourist thing? That's fair. I guess I never did tourist stuff when I came out here. I'm not a big touristy guy. Instead, I'll just be... Hey, when my friends visit, I'm always like, we should take the Staten Island Ferry. You don't have to pay for it. They're like, oh, I want to take a...
People ride it back and forth.
I want to go to the Statue of Liberty. I'm like, you can pay $80 to go to the Statue of Liberty. Or you can spend an hour and pay no money and go vaguely near the Statue of Liberty twice.
Yeah. It's a good option.
It's morbid.
You know what? You know what's also there's a boat that goes all the way around. You can like do the boat that goes circles around Manhattan, and it's
I did
really
end
cool.
up doing that when my grandparents were here because they wanted to do a bunch of tourist
nice.
stuff.
You get to see like everything from the water, and there's a nice breeze. And...
I could just go in the water if I wanted to do that.
You don't want to be in the Hudson.
I could just take a swim. What could possibly go wrong in the Hudson?
Yeah.
Let me know how that goes.
I'll just get a little floaty, and I'll take a little duck inner tube.
You'll make it in the
paddle out
news.
into the Hudson.
Yeah. Wait, what was the consensus? How did people found out on social about Twitch, and that's whether
one person said they found out about it on social. Another person said they saw it through the email blast. So I assume they heard about it in one of the city's emails, and then...
That would make sense.
Yeah.
There's logic to your words.
Finley is breaking down how we can have a modular wagon system.
Oh, no.
Just have a 2-wheel base for the wagon that you can attach to yokes for 1 to 2 to 4 horses. You can also link them together for a double 4-wheel wagon That way you can create all sorts of different things in the back. Fortune teller's wagon, trader, people transport, box
All
storage.
right, send sketches.
Yeah. You want a job? Ferry is the only way I've seen the statue. Yeah. You did that when you were in New York City last year? The ferry or the actual, like, boat tour? Growing up in Toronto, I've never been up the CN Tower, but everyone... Cartoon Network has a tower? Let's see. They also moved Morbius to April to avoid competing with Spider-Man. True. True facts. George Carlin says it's how he earned his immune system by swimming in the Hudson.
Ha.
Oh, nice. No, I'm not going to say that.
Don't trust comedians, what they say.
Aren't most people... He's not a comedian. He's a philosopher.
True.
Aren't most...
I would give you that.
I'm not getting into this. Aren't most people floating in the Hudson there involuntarily and also not breathing? Well, no, they're not. They're not floating. They've been way. They're at the bottom. Next week on Dwarven Forge, Chris gets rickets. That's a good comic. Don Ricketts.
Man, how do we have like a bazillion arrow slit walls, but not a single one with a door?
Next up, modular ships. You hear from the Discord? Nice. I'm curious how many people find that, like how people find the Discord as well, because I think you would have to find that through being told about it. I would assume. I guess we linked to it in recent videos, so it could come from videos, could come from the streams. You've done the Statland Ferries and Alt to Pang. Same. I've taken the Statland Ferry several times. Part of it was that I shot my short film over there, so like that, that helped. Get Matter bought a system mock up the modular wagon. He can probably just print it. He printed a standing portal for his light puck.
So awesome.
Any updates on sci-fi? Did we have Sci-Fi Day last week?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It was a really good one. Michelle had a really good idea that is exciting. And Eli came up with one piece that is absolutely killer. It's I just want a door wall. Oh, I found one. No, I'm really excited for sci-fi. I think it's rapidly turning into a Kickstarter. Like, I
think we would have support for a Kickstarter if we did it.
Yeah,
I think people would show up for it if we did it as a Kickstarter.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
like we're really, it's really turning into a thing.
And I think especially if we put in the legwork to help show people sci-fi systems to try out as well, then the people who follow us who like just play D&D, like. There's a lot of other cool games out there, and they might enjoy playing those as well. And
Expedition to the Barrier Peaks.
Yeah, you can also... I think it's another thing, too, is we're also probably making sci-fi that would be usable for certain D&D scenarios.
The stuff is going to be generally compatible. There's going to be some... Here's a radical change. You ready? Mm-hmm. It's not... this is... Woo, I'm starting the sci-fi rumor mill right here.
Nice.
We're looking at 1/2 inch thick for the floors.
Whoa!
Instead of 3/8. Yeah. It just makes all the math better when you go vertical. Yeah.
This changes everything.
I mean, look at now. You go from here.
We're saving an eighth of an inch.
An eighth of an inch. It's gonna be radical. People are
wild.
Yeah. There might be some small riots in the streets, but it'll be worth it in the long run, I think, because what it buys us on the z-axis is worth all the pain. That floor gate, the day that Dwarven Forge raised the floor by 1/8 of an inch on the sci-fi stuff. Well, you can still use it with the other stuff in line, like you just...
I think literally because it is something that is going to be it's such a sharp change in biome, I don't think it's going to actually conflict.
But if you do it, like if you built it in line with your Aranthor stuff, so like have the bat cave, like the hidden base around stone, it'll just be there's a little step up like where the metal starts rather than being in line, which will actually look better anyway.
Which happens with so many houses.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you look, I mean, just to get into this room, there's a little step up. There's
I biff on it all the time.
Biff on it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's our
latest plan. We haven't actually sculpted anything. It was just sort of concept, but I think 1/2 inch is going to become this floor standard for sci-fi. Should be exciting.
Yeah, I think I'm so excited to.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to just like really lean into sci-fi, man.
it's gonna be awesome.
Some people were saying that I completely forgot, but yeah, we added a link to the Discord on the web store. I forgot about that.
Well, that was a good idea.
Yeah,
Give a raise to whoever thought of that.
I genuinely can't even remember how it happened.
Thought it was you, was it?
I don't know. It might have actually been Joanna.
Fair. That's the kind of thing she would do.
Yeah.
I miss her. We had our first retirement. Our first Dwarven Forge retirement.
What about caves and burrows and wilderness that could have sci-fi pieces that use existing biomes to build upon? Yeah, I think we're definitely keeping in mind like how could we work in ways to like build like a sci-fi chamber into environments we already have. That's definitely a thing that was in like our mind is obviously we want this to be able to be a self-functioning thing so you could do sci-fi games and stuff, but like if we can have that and also have something that is compatible with our existing fantasy sets so that you can mix and match and stuff like that, like why wouldn't we do that, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be grand. I really I know part of me just wants. Well, it's also it's classic artist. Part of me just wants to like stop working on cities and just start working fully on sci-fi right now because it's like.
So I played Lancer for the first time like a month ago.
Yeah, how'd it go? You've been talking about Lancer forever.
We finally got our Lancer session going. It's so good. I'm so excited to play more. We've been like, well, because Tyler took his vacation and stuff, so we took a small break. But like you know, like at the very beginning, it was a little bit of like, oh, okay, we're still learning like how the flow works and all that stuff. But by the end of the first session, like it was really fun, and also like doing role play in that kind of world is just a very different experience in a super refreshing way. It was a lot of fun. Lancer is so good. Could it have a hex grid? I think
we
it
did
would
talk
still
about that
do
now.
grid for now. I think hex would mostly be for exterior stuff, right?
Yes.
So I think if we ever did exterior sci-fi stuff, that would probably be when we would do hex. But we're focusing on interiors for this time around.
Well, except that they're gonna be able to build exteriors too, but
Sure.
it's focused on its interior, but it'll have it's gonna be good.
No grids for sci-fi? Well, okay, because I guess we're thinking about... So if you're talking about building internal space stations and spaceships and stuff, I guess we're thinking like... Starfinder, I think, is the system that we... I know Hex is superior.
Huh?
A Hex overlay would be in order. I wonder if there's a way to make it work with both.
Don't know yet.
Probably not.
All right. Yeah, I'm excited to go show. I don't know when we show what we're up to, but
We did Lancer on DF terrain, so we were technically on a grid instead of a hex. I just realized that. And we actually like did like sculpted floors and stuff.
is it supposed to be a hex
It's supposed to be hex, yeah.
at 25mm scale?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think
I
Lancer is
missed it.
generally played without physical terrain, so I don't know how much they have like suggested stuff. I think it's largely played online, just because of the nature of games. It would not be a full 1-inch hex grid though. Yeah, hex is a very tough sell. It's usually something like 1.25 inches. We just measure in our hex games on non-hex terrain. Main issues want to have compatibility throughout the line, right? Yeah, we don't want to completely leave behind. Like, we would love to be able to blend, like, this sci-fi with, like, some dungeon settings and stuff and be able to have it function there. Similar to Battletech. Yeah.
Yep.
Lancer...
Well, except the BattleTech scale is
It's bigger.
just totally different for... Yeah.
I do want to play Battletech, too. I have all those mechs I painted. I just need somebody to play with.
I have a bunch of lead
The old original
mechs.
Lancer
Yeah,
stuff.
Ralpartha.
We need to start doing
That
game
makes
nights here again.
We need to start having
We need to start
life again.
We need to start doing the things that make us happy again.
Ha!
We need to start having fun instead of just being stressed all the time.
This is a novel approach.
Night, Kiwi. Thanks for watching.
All right. So what I'm trying here, oh, you can't even see. Let's come over here.
Laser projector to mount on your ceiling to impose a 1-inch hex onto your table.
Now you're talking.
There we go. Nate, pull out the batter base insert where it's next to the 3/4 tower crenellations and have a door to the bottom of the tower, says Rabbit. Who is the undisputed, expert
Wait,
on...
which where? Repeat?
Pull out the batter base insert where it's next to the 3/4 tower crenellations and have a door to the bottom of the tower.
This is what he's talking about?
Potentially the 3/4 tower crenellations. I
gotta
think it's
be-
the only spot where you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what, Rabbit?
Uh-oh. You need to play D&D with Nate? I played it with him a couple times. We stopped doing those games, though.
If you can see, it's there. I just can't move this mic. Oh!
Whoa! Oh, baby. All right, hang on.
Hey, I'll put that right there. It's just a microphone. I'm freehanding the...
Yep.
Oh, wait, I forgot to put the door. I put the...
Everybody loves when you do this.
I put the entrance, but I left the door out. But yeah, there's gonna be a door there. Thank you, Rabbit. I'm totally.
You're gonna start knocking the cable out and having to give away more stuff.
Oh yeah. Look at this table. I'm just filling it up with nonsense.
Does this count as tech issues? Well, everything is still
No,
running.
not yet.
So
Not yet. Oh yeah. So okay, Rabbit's where we need a door in here. Okay, eagle eyes. That one. Rabbits, right, are known for their hearing in their eyes. Oh man, the door
again. Nice work, Mr. T.
Well, I like to think we're on the same wavelength because
I think he calls you Mr. T because of the mohawk.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You guys have so much in common.
He's a philosopher.
He's a philosopher. You're a philosopher. Bet Nate's a pretty unanimated, quiet D&D player.
We both.
It was very fun. Well, because you were playing your bard, and it was very funny because I was making you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't remember what you were doing, but it was good.
Yeah.
We both wear chains, Mr. T and I.
That's true.
If you want to see me unanimated, there's somewhere there's that Origins game where I splattered blood on Chris Perkins. That was a good example of me being
the thing that ruined our relationship with him forever.
Well, I would say maybe it's the thing that indelibly burned our brand into his memory. You know,
That's fair.
He will never forget Dwarven Forge.
He never forgot about us.
Oh, he did. Yeah, holds a grudge.
Are you gonna display miniatures on the terrain at Gen Con? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna make it a whole diorama.
Why do you ask?
Because he wants to steal them. He wants to come to Gen Con and steal our minis.
We've had a couple disappear here and there, but it's pretty good. People are pretty respectful.
You know, if
Definitely
somebody steals some Dwarvenite at Gen Con, they're just gonna have to buy more stuff so they can actually use it.
You're
So
right.
It's
It's
really,
a sample.
Yeah, it really works
it's a
out
sample
fine for
pack.
us.
Free sample pack. Yeah. Don't steal them.
Hamsters
come
painting
on.
like mad. Yes. Yeah. They are churning out a ton of stuff right now.
Hamsters, just the best.
Da best.
The best. The best.
Da best. Da best. Da best. Da best.
Ooh, put these in.
I'm sorry. I don't want to keep referencing things from like well before I was supposed to be aware.
Before you were supposed to be aware.
Yeah. The Bears was not a thing for my generation.
Well,
The castle needs some runes, I think.
is that rabbit?
No.
No.
No. It's McGreg, who I'm pretty sure Rabbit paid off.
Yeah. It definitely is a plant.
Da Bears. Sorry.
So we got a couple.
So what you're saying is that you can get a free stairway to violence if you go to Gen Con and don't get caught?
All right, note. Let's not put the stairway to violence.
Yeah.
in
So okay.
the
So no
Gen
stairway to
Con.
violence anywhere
Got
in
it.
these builds.
What else should we not put in? Any other?
Who would win in a fight, a hurricane or Ditka? Ditka. It's not even a question.
Use it verbatim. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the response. That's just that was their bit though.
It was always like
worshiping Ditka, yeah.
Miniature. There wasn't like miniature Ditka at some point.
Mini
They
Ditka.
shrunk him down. Yeah.
I hear my check is in the mail. That's right. Light puck inside the large tower to illuminate the windows.
Not.
He did pull that light puck earlier and yeeted it across the room, but I think it's just not set up yet. Don't put any crystal caverns in the build either. Then. That's fair. Wait, if we take any crystal caverns, we're gonna have to take an armored vehicle to Gen Con.
Yeah, we gotta.
What if the
let's see if we
hurricane
can
was named
restock.
Hurricane? That is a bit from one of the skits. I remember that now. What if the hurricane was named Hurricane Ditka?
So good.
Such a good bit. Man.
So stupid. I love it. It's like.
And one of them has a. I think it was John Candy was the one that always had a heart attack in the skit. He always had to just like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're like eating. Yeah, they're. It's. It's so good. All right.
It was Farley. Oh right, it was Farley, not Candy. I always get I get Farley and Candy confused a lot.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go up for a little bit, and then we got to figure out this thing. I got to make some sort of irregular thing right here. We'll rotate it around to look at the next side. We got to figure out some stairs up there. Oh, we never did. Was that person who wanted to see the Erenthor? Totally.
Oh yeah, right. Somebody's asking to see the Erenthor next to standard escarpment stuff, or the new stuff basically. How does this all build together?
Oh, that's a whole episode in itself.
That's fair. Well, actually, we did a video. We did videos on it during Wildlands that are on the YouTube channel. So if you want to see, like, we did a whole compatibility video.
What do we get here? What do we get here? It's a thing. It's sort of a thing.
There might be something to be said for not having big advertisements for pieces you're sold out of and have no specific plans to restock yet. Well, you know, you build up the demand, and then that makes it easier to justify.
That sounds like using
Restocking.
self-restraint and like judgment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sounds like maybe having a strategy instead of just doing what seems cool at the time.
Gonna go with the ladder. Gonna.
No, the ladders are super easy to get. Actually, I don't. Are they? How do you get the ladders?
I don't know. The ladders are everywhere.
Are they?
I think so. They better be.
What packs? I guess there's one in Hamlet, right?
The ladders come with a lot of buildings. Ladders come with a lot of castles. Ladders come.
Put some mountain under the right tower. That'd be fun, like just to build in some of those like exposed like plain walls you have there, just to like build.
Build up some.
Build escarpments like
some
straight
rocks
into
up
it.
against it.
Yeah.
For sure. Gonna.
Speaking of ladders, we need scaffolding, buddy. Have I got news for you? Cities Untold is gonna feature an entire scaffolding system.
A system.
An entire system for doing all sorts of custom scaffolding. And not only, and it can be more than scaffolding. Those same planks. There's a lot you can do with the humble plank.
It's true.
It can be a scaffold. It can be a balcony. It could be a widow's walk. It could be
Boardwalk.
a boardwalk. It could be docks. It could
A
be
fort.
a fort. Yeah, like there's so much you can do with the humble plank.
Yeah, the planks are in. Planks are the future. Planks.
It can be a weapon. That is true.
All facts.
That would be fun. You could reason that like all the scaffolding and stuff. It's like, yeah, that stuff like is all actually fairly easy to break. Like if you're a barbarian or something, like you could just like, so if somebody's up on the scaffolding, you could just knock out the support
For sure.
and like send it like crumpling.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot we can do. Like you said, the humble plank, mighty.
The humble plank. Well, that was the drum I was beating like before we were even working on cities.
The plank.
I did a whole basically stand-up routine about it in
Oh yeah.
in our cities summit. I had my
Yeah. You put on like sunglasses and a blazer or something. You did a
I had my camera off for a while leading up to because we were going one at a
plank.
time and basically having people give like 5 minutes of like what they think we should be focusing on going into doing cities again. and I put in like a nice background behind me, and yeah, put in like a suit coat, and then when it got to me, I turned my camera on, and I had plugged in my my handheld like stand-up mic, and so I just like turned my camera on and just like brought the mic up. I'm like, well, glad you asked. So I think, and just like went.
It
through the
was
whole
really
thing.
funny. The
And
plank.
yeah, and a big part of my pitch was I just like
The
I just
humble
like a
plank.
plank. Like if we just focus on like basic wood that can be used for like a bunch of different things.
The plank.
Like because in communities where that's like all the resources they have, all the materials
you
they
do
have,
everything with the plank.
use them in so many different interesting ways, and so like Lowtown has like a ton of that stuff, and it's really cool.
Yep.
All barbarians know the breaking cantrip.
Ooh, LED.
UHF is so good.
Well, I haven't seen.
That in 1,000 years.
Orion referenced it. He said, "Scaffolding City. We sell scaffolding, and that's all."
Scaffolding
spa-
City.
spatula-
Scatula City.
Spatula City. Scatula? That's a completely different
We're
thing.
not going there.
It's a completely different thing.
Don't shop there.
Yeah, we
Terrible.
We cut that from this campaign.
Yeah. It was an early cut.
Wanting to recreate the huge forts from Shadow of Mordor? Yeah. I get that.
All right. So,
New thought for wagons. Finley's still on the wagon system. Wheels being biscuit connections that you just stick to 2x2 or 2x4.
Oh, then you could put anything. You know,
can make any
actually,
floor
Eli
piece.
said that in a dev meeting. Had pitched biscuit wheels, so you could turn anything into a into a mobile. Like you can make siege towers. You can make it, like anything becomes, as long as you don't mind boxy vehicles. It's you're
I
all
love
set.
Boxy. Wheel of fish. DW in shambles. No garderobes in cities too.
You know, no garderobes. Not yet.
No garderobes. I joked / not joked many campaigns ago. I just wanted Dwarven Forge lumber. Well, it's basically the thing. Like, if we're talking about modularity, like that's like the heart of modularity is the basic 2x4 that you can just like slap together in a bunch of ways.
Yep. You know, that was I don't know, several April Fools ago, we did the, what was it, that Oops All Bricks or whatever one that was just, it was like, it was modular bricks that you could use to build, like miniature dungeon-sized bricks that you could build anything with.
These are just Legos.
They're just smaller, like just the size
Yeah.
of the actual, these like little bricks.
My fake ID in
neat.
high school is from Saskatchewan.
That's amazing.
Have birds pull it. Have wagon be magic hover tech on a clear base. Have birds pulling it.
Whoa.
Gravy trained with biscuit wheels.
A bird-powered
That could be fun.
Bird-powered, I think it was fun. Okay, so let's go this here. Let's put this guy
Siege towers and battering rams.
here.
My current wagon in my D&D game is made of Lego with craft paper to turn it into a covered wagon. Some more
That's
wagon
awesome.
options are needed.
That's awesome.
Main thing I want in Cities Untold are wooden structures. You're getting them, baby.
Oh, boy. Yeah, maybe the only thing you get because we're running out of time.
You're getting an unreasonable amount of wooden options.
Oh,
Because like that wood, because like the scaffolding uses the same type of wood as the buildings and all that. Because that's basically the thing is you just want to go like, yeah, like basic wood.
Rustic wood, rustic
everything you
wood,
can
rustic
do?
wood.
With basic wood. This is going to be the most complicated Kickstarter we've ever done to make like tutorial and hands-on videos for, because all this stuff can go together in so many ways. We're introducing so many new systems. I was just like breaking down all the videos we need to make to like show people how this stuff works, and it's like it's a staggering amount of like systems we need to make sure people understand. We need a Dwarven Forge apiary for the Mildlands. Ooh. That'd be nice. Makes me want to play Slime Rancher again. A Tensor's floating disc holding up the cart and birds pull it. I do have a Tensor's floating disc from Reaper.
But did you have birds pulling it?
I could. Legos became so successful because of the simple system. And I think just branding. Lego is just so nice to say.
Let go.
Lego's a way cooler name than Mega Bloks. I think also licensing went a long way. Them getting like the big collaborations was like probably huge for them. Well, like Lego Star Wars is such a massive like property in its own right.
That was a smart,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, Lego was like there was just suddenly literally this toolbox. I could do anything. Like it was so exciting. Like you could make anything. Like that's some of my favorite childhood memories are just playing with Legos.
When are we getting Star Wars Lincoln Logs?
Do Lincoln Logs still exist?
I played with them a lot as a kid.
Do they still exist?
So I guess they still
I guess
existed in the 90s.
Right.
I don't know if they were maybe hand-me-downs from way earlier, but I used them a lot growing up. Hoser says they're still around. Let's see. It doesn't fit together really well. Mega Bloks never seem to click together as well. Yeah, I think Legos have a sharper... They're better designed than Mega Bloks are.
Precision, it requires some serious precision.
Yeah, they're definitely the better product than Mega Bloks, I would say. But like the fact remains, like there were a lot of brick options, and Lego is the one that has come out on top, like pretty decisively. Wookiee logs.
Wookiee logs. So you know what? If this had a...
It's a pretty impressive castle already, honestly.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's got a good shape to it.
Trying to do all this sorts of fun, irregular nonsense, right? If we get wild, we could. Let's see. Can I rotate this around? Oh boy,
that's a lot of Dwarvenite. Lincoln Logs and Army Men was my Vietnam. I had so many Army Men as well. Oh god.
Those little plastic...
I just flashed back to, like, I think the first time I ever experienced, like, sleep paralysis.
Whoa.
When I was, like, 8. Huh.
How'd that...
And it was, like, Army Men related. It was a weird... Yeah, man. No, I wasn't 8. I must have been, like, 5 or 6.
Yeah, we can figure out
if I was still in that room.
That room.
I had, like... I don't know if it was like... I very distinctly remember having like horrific visions. Like it was laying in bed and like it was middle of the night and I just like envisioned like Army Men like jumping off of like the top shelf in the closet and like parachuting down and like
that's awesome.
Marching across the bed like towards me.
This Toy Story style.
I was like, terrified. Yeah, like Toy Story style. I was like terrified and I couldn't move and I couldn't do anything. It was weird.
You got a wangle. What's that? Wangle.
It's one of the most terrified things I'd ever... Yeah.
The Army Men coming for you. So
I don't know what it was. That was wild.
Gonna build out
a
little thing.
Put the
thing here.
Put the furnace portal on top of the castle, they're saying. We could actually scatter reliquaries around these builds if we wanted to.
For sure. That would be really cool looking.
Because when we were playing around with like compatibility, castles was like the thing where we were like, yeah, like the artificer stuff being like advanced fortifications for this castle would be like a really cool thing.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. It'll look really good.
Yeah,
definitely.
And the paint scheme goes really well with these. Like it's solid. Anyone play the Army Men PC video game? The Army Men game actually was way better than it had any right to be. Game? That's Toy Story. Yeah, I think Toy Story definitely like informed it. My sister and I would stage battles that took place over the entire living room, making camps out of the Legos along with small settlements and everything. That was a lot of my favorite stuff to do, especially doing like massive blanket forts that would cover the entire thing, and then we would like. Oh man.
All right, but this
and just making like long.
we gotta come up.
That's what was so cool about HeroScape, though.
You build
like HeroScape. We would just cover like the entire floor of like a living room with like these massive builds, these hexes that are like stacked up super high, and we make these like massive armies. We'd spend longer like
setting up than ever actually
playing.
Yeah.
Largely because
you usually run out of time to play because you're setting up. Yeah.
Largely because it was it wasn't usually because of that. We'd usually like build one day then play the next. But it was like the real problem was, my friend Isaac was the one who had HeroScape, and he had like all the expansions and everything. So we'd set up like a massive thing and like put it all together. We'd be super excited, and we had to play with his younger brothers because otherwise they'd be upset. And then we'd get like maybe a half hour into the game, and one of them would like lose a unit or something and get really upset, mad, like throw a tantrum and like kick stuff around or just like leave, and then we'd just be Isaac and I would just be like sitting there in the room like, yeah.
Now what?
Can't have anything in this house.
Can't have nice things.
All right.
Get some more bits. I got a plan. I'm gonna do a square.
It's not a Gen Con build if the table isn't littered with things you can't buy yet. Hey. They won't be able to buy reliquaries yet, but we should have.
Well, you can't buy anything at Gen Con because we're not selling anything.
Yeah, we're not selling anything at Gen Con, but like they wouldn't be able to like go to the store and buy reliquaries yet. But we might know by then. We might have like a good estimate of when they would be in the store. Bye, Orion. Thanks for coming. Chex Quest, man. Did anybody ever get like the Treasure Planet like ship battle game? I got it off of like a CD at some fast food restaurant back when they used to give like game demo discs out. And there was this Treasure Planet like game, and it didn't have all the features, and it would tell you like something like, oh, if you want to do that, you gotta go buy the actual full game. But it was like a really fun, like you'd be like out in space, and it was like a turn-based like plot out your course and then like fire these guns out and all that.
Oh, I forgot.
Actually, was it fully turn-based or was it RTS style? It's been so long. There's a Treasure Planet like ship fighting game that was a lot of fun. I was so into Treasure Planet as a kid. As an adult even. I still am into Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet was so cool. Maybe that's why I like Spelljammer.
I never saw it, but it's like a space retelling of
Treasure Island. Yeah.
Treasure Island, yeah.
And it is almost flawless.
Wow.
The only problem is they introduce a Martin Short character near the end that is just very annoying, and it's like he's here to be the comedic relief, and it's like there's 20 minutes of the movie left, and like he's completely distracting from everything going on. I'm actually like super invested in these characters, and yeah, Treasure Planet was like so cool though. Oh man.
Plan.
We had massive battle. Rabbit says he had massive battles with plastic soldiers all over the bedroom floor. Mother Rabbit could never vacuum the carpet.
Oh, my parents couldn't even get into my room. It was so messy. Like I had.
Dragos is interested in seeing how the new D&D skirmish game turns out. Really enjoyed the old D&D mini battle game. I forgot that was being made.
Yeah.
Tim the Pirate literally named his kid Flint after Treasure Planet, and now he thinks the movie's about him.
That's awesome. What a good parent.
Jim Hawkins. Good character. Night, Greg. Thanks for coming. Treasure Planet was wonderful. Yes, it was. It's one of my favorite Disney movies for sure. Treasure Planet and Atlantis, like back to back, is like a 1-2 punch of just like really cool, like risk-taking Disney animated films, and then they never really did anything like them again.
Is it scary?
No.
Okay.
Treasure Planet?
Yeah. Is it scarier than the Goofy movie?
I did not count it, but like, yeah, like I could definitely see. Looking back, I can understand why a small child would
sent me down that path
at the possum part of. Was it the possum part or was it?
Was the opening like he's starting with a nightmare?
Yeah, they had like a Lynchian segment at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a tough open for the kids.
Yeah, yeah. Treasure Planet does not get that. No, Treasure Planet doesn't have any like horror parody sections.
Okay.
It'll make your kids want to pretend that they are windsurfing
in space.
In space, yeah. Because like the movie like opens with like a really cool. He's got like a wind. God, what is that called?
It's a windsurfer.
Yeah, is it just a windsurfer?
Uh-huh.
He's got like one of those, but just like it's just like a skateboard with a sail that opens out when he wants it to, like, and he's just flying it like through the air. And like doing like tuck and rolls and stuff, and it's very cool.
I mean, who doesn't like? It's every kid wants.
Set to a song by the Goo Goo Dolls.
All right.
It's good stuff.
It's legit.
It's very good stuff.
Legit.
Target practice with Army men was for sure on my childhood weekend agenda.
Oh.
Never shut my eye out.
Not
Wait, you
yet.
would actually shoot them with like a BB gun?
Sure.
We need to actually, one of these
You could
days,
shoot
actually
anything
do
with a BB
the
gun.
painting minis with a paintball gun video with Hamster that I keep talking about doing. We need to actually just do that at some point. Really like the castle builds with the swampy bits. A castle in a swamp is fun.
Well, we're gonna build this one up in the rocks will be all around or whatever. And
Titan AE was really cool too. It never gets talked about. I feel like Titan AE kind of just likes. I feel like that usually happens with sci-fi. Like usually slips through the cracks of like mainstream and doesn't really get much attention. So there's like a lot of really cool stuff that happens in that space that like doesn't get talked about. It sucks. I don't know. Played with my plastic knights and plastic skeleton pirates at the beach last week. Never too old. What else are you gonna do at the beach? You're there to play, right? You used to have a load of plastic M&M men that used to be on top of the old tables.
what do?
Oh my god, we used to have a lot of M&M merchandise actually.
Oh, what?
We used to have a lot of M&M merchandise. We had like a... Yeah, I think we had like an M&M piggy bank at some point. Why did we have M&M stuff?
I don't know, because they're
Oh my god.
delicious candy.
My friend Isaac that I played HeroScape with is calling right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he watching?
No.
Oh, he was like,
Hey Isaac.
"Hey, I wanted to get rid of my HeroScape
It's going good. I'm on stream. Did you remember playing HeroScape?
No, what?
You don't remember playing HeroScape?
Oh, wait, do I know how to play Heroes?
He's totally
Do you
sandbagging
remember?
your
Do you
story.
remember? Do you remember playing HeroScape?
Yes, I've played a lot.
Awesome. Cool. That's basically it. I can call you back in like a little bit. We're gonna be wrapping up the stream very soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can call you back in a few minutes.
Alright.
All right. Cool. But
I thought he was totally gonna like sandbag your story.
no. So,
It's like, what? We
what's
never played
HeroScape?
HeroScape. What is this?
Yeah. Weird timing. His ears were burning, and he's just like, "Oh, I gotta."
Better call Chris. I
Yeah,
think
call
something's amiss.
Let's see. Just remember the first time I saw Treasure Planet was in church Sunday school. No idea what that had to do with the Bible or whatever, but can't complain about seeing it. It was just a cool movie.
They
and,
wanted to
like,
keep you occupied.
You just had a cool youth pastor. That's all it was, and he was just like super into it. If your youth pastor had like an unconventional haircut, if he was like one of those kinds of cool like youth pastors, he totally like thought he was Jim Hawkins.
I've heard of these unconventional haircuts.
No. I'm surprised you don't know Treasure Planet because yeah, like
I know it.
anybody
I
with
just didn't see it.
Any
It
dude
was-
with unusual hair would love Jim Hawkins.
any dude with unusual
hair. Rabbit says you might be better served using crenellations on the parapet rather than battlements for stability.
Yeah, I might, but I want it to look cool. Rabbit is 100% right. Basically, we always listen to Rabbit because Rabbit's always right. But
It's do we care about stability or do we care
no,
about
we're going for stunts.
the cool factor?
We've gone.
We want
for-
these to fall off the table. We want the table to get jostled and then it falls over and hits a kid on the head walking
Yeah.
by. Because then they're gonna pick it up and they'll be like, "Wow."
Yeah, what
this
I'm probably
material
going to
feels
do
incredible."
is I'm probably going to go in and I'm going to rebuild this with cities
They'd be like, "Wow,
bits or something.
that battlement didn't break.
Yet.
My head did."
I-
But this stuff is still intact. It hit my head and it fell on the ground and it's perfectly fine. What is this magical material?
I hope it goes something like that. Yeah. My thought was, son of a gun, I made it.
Telling you you're going to get jengaed by some kid? I dare them.
We have yet to
Have a major accident.
have a catastrophic event.
Create QR code banners to put on the castle,
Yes.
as it will be on the other side of the table area as your other. We're going to have QR codes all over that table. We were talking about it, like, I think Mace especially has been, like, laying out, like, these are the, like, at one of our last convention meetings, we were just talking, like, what are the things that we want to have accessible, and let's have a QR code
Just QR
ready
code
for
everything.
each of them, and just have those, like, around the table.
QR code the world.
QR codes are the future, man.
The future's
Hey,
here.
let's just do a ton of stuff without it tying up hands. Said earlier I was going to grab an escarpment as a joke.
Funny joke.
I need to paint the remainder of my castle and city builder sets before I get to Wildlands. That's fair. Or you could just paint them both at the same time. You You know, the coupon book would be a good place for a QR code.
Oh.
It would, but
we're
it's
not
too
in
late
the-
for the coupon book.
Yeah, we missed that by like a year.
Yeah, the coupon book had like a super early deadline.
Yeah, you have to be way more organized than.
Yeah. Well, we also we didn't know if we were going for so long.
Oh, that's gonna be a wall.
I know not selling stuff at Gen Con makes it way easier on y'all, but peeps come to Gen Con to buy stuff. Once we have reliquaries for sale, it'll be super easy to do that.
Yeah. It's a real. It's our stuff isn't. It's just not. It's more trouble than it's worth on our end.
Yeah. Part of it is staffing, because then we need to have somebody who is set up and able to handle his purchases at all times. It's also like
Well,
getting the stuff there, the cost of transporting it.
Well, then you have to get it out of the van and stock it in the shelves. And you have to find it. You have to point of sale, and it's a whole thing. We are not a.
If we were one of those places that had like dedicated convention teams where like we could
Yes.
have people like just on board for that, it would be easier. But the conventions are a thing that we try to do with a small crew that is also still doing a bunch of other
It's the same.
stuff.
We're just a bunch of artists trying to
Yeah.
do a thing. Like, I don't know how to run a booth.
Will there be a DF coupon then in 2023?
No.
Probably. You don't think we'll do it next year
Coupons? No, I don't know.
in their coupon book? Do we have to like
Probably
offer some
not.
kind of discount or something?
I don't know what you have to offer, but I feel like it's. I don't know. I think it's maybe we.
I feel like we're always so behind. It's not.
It feels like it's something that we're never gonna get to. We're gonna miss it, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Have you thought about doing discount tiers for people that buy a lot? Like hit a certain percentage in the web store.
Punch
you get
your
5% off.
card by 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the main problem is one is, especially since we never raised our prices, that would hurt us in the long run. It's also a very difficult thing to
Or
execute.
track and whatever.
Yeah.
It would be cool, but.
Yeah, the most manageable way that we have found to
some sort of
do that sort of to do discounts or like reward people is through like these gift cards with bundles. That's like the easiest way we've found for like we're able to like manage this with the staff that we have. It's not killing us financially. Yeah. Frequent dungeon miles.
That's amazing.
I think we'd go with like frequent builder.
Frequent delver. Yeah.
Frequent delver, frequent builder, frequent something. Frequent doofer.
Frequent dwarf.
Frequent dwarf.
Dwarvenite addict. Dwarvenite's anonymous. This is getting interesting.
I think most of us would probably easily reach the dungeon mile threshold.
The Mile Deep Club.
The
Should
mile
be
deep?
like to delve a mile deep. You measure.
We measure it in art bins. That's like our unit of measurement. Do you think those bundles will go up in price? Actually, yeah,
Yes.
because the bundles are tied to
all the components.
the component pieces. So if the component sets increase in price, the bundles should increase accordingly. Which actually, if the price increases significantly, the gift card price should also increase. So you would get more back in the gift card. Because we try to make the gift cards 10% of the bundle. So, yeah. Night, Tim.
Good night.
Recently added up the various places I've spent money on Dwarven Forge. I'm right about 7,500 in Dwarven Forge at this point.
Wow.
Oh my god.
We got half a mile deep. Keep going.
Would you ever bring production back to the United States? It would be extremely difficult.
It's nigh impossible.
The amount. One, we would either have to move all the molds over here, or we'd have to make new molds from scratch, both of which are intensely expensive.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, we can't make
and then
all
also, it would increase the price of the product by a lot.
Yeah.
We'd also like have to find a facility here that was capable of doing it, because it's also like to make this stuff this way is also like climate dependent. So like it has to be in a certain climate for like the dwarvenite to actually like work right. So it's the whole thing like
There's a lot of challenges.
Genuinely, like, us being able to make this stuff is kind of a miracle, and is a combination of a bunch of different things kind of going right. And changing any one of those elements is very difficult and would have like a lot of big knock-on effects.
Well, for instance, we were looking at having Talon and Claw manufacture the wood bases for reliquaries, right? Because we were like, it'd be cool to do something here in the States, and had Anthony bid on it, with and he gave us like wild grandfather, like friends and family discount beyond belief. Like he'd barely be making any money pricing, and it was still like his bid was still like double what our factory is or something. It was like staggering, like just not even like it was if it was like if he was only like 10% more, something like great, we can do it, it'll be domestic, whatever. But it was like it was so far over, and that was at him basically barely making any money too. It's like which is nuts.
It's the reality of like the way that our economy's been built, like because we already get so much crap saying that like our stuff's overpriced. If we did like American production,
They would double the cost
for the same products, like because we barely upcharge our stuff, like
no, it would be really nice, and it's not feasible currently.
Yeah.
But, all right. So
that said, like as far as like COcast and 3D printing stuff in general, like we're
well, if we
always
did a different material.
Yeah, we're always keeping an eye on the space, and we're like playing around with that stuff, and we know technology is changing, the way things are done is changing, and so we're keeping an eye on it, and like we're definitely not completely opposed to ever changing the way that we do things, but for the moment it still seems like the right thing to do is to be making Dwarvenite the way that we've been making it. And we've been experimenting with some other stuff, but yeah.
It's a good question, though.
Ideally, we would love to make everything here, but I don't think the business would exist if we did.
I gotta tilt this in.
CyoCast is pretty durable, though. It's not as durable as Dwarvenite, but like, I'm pretty impressed. The 3D printed stuff is getting more durable.
Yep. No,
Like-
there's going to be a new technology at some point in the near future. There might be a good Dwarvenite alternative for us that we could maybe do domestically.
I think the other big thing when it comes to 3D printing or doing CyoCast is, would we still be able to do all the other stuff, like outside of just having Dwarvenite as a material?
The hand
Would we still be able to
painting.
do the hand painting, the LEDs, the like all these other like systems and stuff that we've come up with? Would we still be able to do all that stuff? Yeah. Would you ever sell the STLs for sculpts that never made production? We've talked about it.
Well,
Yeah.
we'd have to generate STLs. Everything's hand sculpted, so we don't have STLs.
Yeah. We genuinely like we put very little off the table. It's just kind of talking about it and like what is feasible with the team that we have and like the state of
The
State of
worm
things.
that never shall be. What is it? The worm that
never was.
the worm that never was will probably never get made. That's off the table.
Yeah.
But
You think that's it? You're not gonna let people make the worm?
I guess maybe we could. I don't know.
That'd be such a massive
It'd
project
be a good 3D print.
to print and clean up that worm. Like, such a massive project.
To be a big project.
How many?
But that's what's fun about 3D printing, right? Is doing your big
Yeah.
project and.
And that's ultimately the thing. We get a lot of people, like, we'll get some people who say, like, oh, you shouldn't get that stuff. It's so much cheaper to do it yourself. And it's like, yeah, but not everybody wants to, like,
Well, it's the time
put
investment.
in the time and the effort and, like,
Yeah, if you pay yourself, if you're paying yourself $20 an hour, it turns out it's more expensive to do it yourself.
it's cheaper to do everything yourself. But like,
well, except for the cost of time.
yeah,
How
except
much
for
is
the
your
cost of
time
like,
worth?
if you're just going off of like what's the cheapest thing to do, like
Yeah.
why would you ever buy anything from anybody? Like,
Exactly.
but like, there's convenience to take into account. There's also like, like we take a lot of time designing this stuff. It isn't just about making something that looks cool. It's also like there's so much careful thought that goes into the geometry and making everything like work together the right way.
Ooh, and making something that looks cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
Tamarack
artistry, figuring
says-
out the
Tamarack
paint
says they have
scheme.
6 3D printers and their entire garage is full of D&D prints, but they still buy a bunch of our stuff
That's
because the
awesome.
quality is not even comparable. It's not cheaper to do your own embalming.
6.
Hey, you don't have to pay for anything if you're dead. That's all I'm saying.
That's our new tagline.
Your tagline.
Cities Untold. You ain't gotta pay for it if you're dead.
So we just like kind of vaguely threaten them, but they're not exactly sure
Yeah.
how.
Yeah.
Like,
Seems legit. Right?
never destroy the worm. Man, when you like pause and we're like, should I just break this master sculpt of the worm? Like, no.
I was.
Why?
I don't know, just to celebrate the occasion.
That would ruin everybody's night. That's not celebration. That would have made everybody involved unhappy.
It would have been I don't know. They would have the four our 4 players would have been like, wow, we were the only ones to ever experience that miniature, and now it's destroyed for all eternity.
Unbelievable. Something like printable scenery, maybe, where you sell them the rights to print your STL. Yeah, there's a couple like market options. Like we definitely could sell STLs. It's just like we'd have to figure out like
But everything's
internally.
analog. Yeah.
We'd have to figure out like what does that look like? Is this something that we really?
We'd have
Want
to
to do
3D
what?
scan it, clean it up, turn it into an STL.
Yeah. Because there's things
Make
like
a
mini
thing.
market and like there's a lot of ways for that we could do it.
For sure.
Yeah. Could we not get the lava worm as a light puck piece? How large is the base on that?
Not big enough.
No.
We'd have to make a bigger thing.
Could you
of
imagine
restaurant, and
casting
then-
the translucent? Could you imagine casting that translucent?
That would be really cool.
Oh my god. I want to know how. Oh wait, the lava worm. That should really be a fogger piece. There we go. I want to know how we got that far with the worm in development. Like, how did we get that far before realizing that we wouldn't be able to make it?
Because I didn't show it to Jay till it was done.
But in planning, like at what point were you like, yeah, we can make an 8-inch tall. Mini?
I wanted to put an LED in it, so it needed like, I wanted the whole thing was to have an LED in the gullet, so it, like, man.
But like, there had to. There's no way.
There was a way. It just didn't. It wasn't. It was cost prohibitive. It was. Yeah. CMS kind of petty. Well, also it looks smaller in the pictures, but yeah. We got the master. I was like, well, that's not gonna.
Dwarven Forge is the sculpt and the Dwarvenite. Yeah.
The first version of it didn't work either. That was the second.
No.
Sculpt, yeah.
What do you mean didn't work?
I don't know. The pose was awkward. The thing, it just wasn't ferocious enough.
That'd be a
So
fun thing to see.
it was yeah. I'm sure you could dig up those photos. No, need to go battlements and then back.
I think going through another vendor would help protect the STL a bit. Well, and even if like it's just stuff that we're never going to actually put in production, like, I don't know. It's a thing we've talked about, but it's also like it's just such a massive.
That's it. It'd be a cool From the Vault Kickstarter, where
Yeah.
it's like it's all the.
STLs for stuff where it's like we're not able to like actually make this physically, but if
Yeah,
you want to do
or-
it yourself,
Or like I don't know, something that's sitting.
and get some of our artistry that we weren't able to cast.
Yeah. The lost. Oh, Dwarven
Don't
Knight.
worry, it's Dwarvenite.
Lost relics of a.
Let's see. Dwarven Forge is the sculpt and the Dwarvenite and the people. Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like the material is like nobody else uses the material that we use, and it's also like our process lets us do things like LED compatibility and like all this other stuff that nobody else can really do.
Well, and you said that the artistry, the design, the
artistry,
sculpt,
design.
the paint scheme,
And the
whole-
people is a huge part of it too. Like it's
Oh boy.
we're artists first, you know, for better or worse. Hey, that kind of rhymed.
Yeah.
My
Artist
art
first,
is poetry.
For better or worse. I need a thing. I don't know, something like there's a door, a random door on the side of the. Oh, it goes out. There's not even light on it. You can't even see it. The tower's so hard it goes into the clouds.
What hits it?
I can just open this up here.
It rims it, but we don't have anything from the. Maybe I could just hit this flood. Oh, is the 150 actually blocking the flood? From the
Yeah,
tower?
it's causing a little shadow. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, it's weird. Like the flood should be.
Well, that's a
hitting
good sign when you go tall enough that it's in shadow.
That's fair.
Here's
It also is 920.
oh man,
Wow.
you gotta go. All right, so
Wait.
here's the good news. This is although I think our table's a little lower. So this is gonna be elevated by 10 inches.
It's as tall as you are currently.
It's as tall as me, and then it's gonna be 10 inches up. So it'll be a nice good height, and then yeah, that'll probably. Although maybe this is already 10 inches. I can't remember how high actually no, our tabletops are about this high. So yeah,
Hey, you know what?
it's be high. It'll be taller than the average person.
You know why you should feel good about this? The Rabbit Burner stayed up all the way until like, I don't know, 3:20 in the morning or whatever it is over there.
Oh man.
And he's just saying, nice castle build, by the way. So if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
got,
good.
if it's got Rabbit
Wait till
stamp of approval.
Rabbit, I'll spruce it up a little bit. I gotta get the Rabbit spruce of approval.
Give it the Spruce Campbell.
I need some. Yeah, I might have thinking of maybe a bridge to an auxiliary tower over here off this thing to make it absurd. It's got to feel like absurd, right? High fantasy, mad wizard kind of thing. I got to do a little bits over here. Like I'm gonna keep sprucing. I got some plans.
Have you seen the induction loop powered LEDs? So you don't need batteries or wires in the model. You just put the LEDs in and have an induction loop base.
Yes.
Huh.
It metal messes with it. Like
Oh,
if you have
so terrain trays would mess with it.
Yeah.
Damn.
If it's the same, thing we were looking at with the Real Game Effects guys.
Lights on top. Gotta alert those dragons. There's a building here.
Yeah, we'll
This
add
is
runic
a-
flare and spruce and stuff in it. But this is a start. It's a kind of what's the base we have, and this is just the Lonely Tower, which we do the castle. This is like
The Lonely
So
Tower. So this is a bundle we're gonna be selling in the store. The Lonely Tower.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, we need two of them, so they're not lonely anymore. All right, we gotta get out of here. It's
You gotta
9:20. I
buy
gotta go
two
home.
of the Lonely Tower.
I gotta find my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we made some progress.
Yeah, we
to be
did.
continued. 2 episodes of Gen Con building. There's so much stuff on this table.
Yep. You really made a mess of things.
First time ever.
good day.
Yeah. It's always better when you, yeah. Cool. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks
gonna-
for tuning in. More castles to be built. What are we doing? What are we doing next week? Probably building more stuff.
Probably building, yeah, because we have less than 2 months to Gen Con. We really got to buckle down on the on this build.
I gotta make it feel more different than. I don't know. I gotta keep.
I think
It looks too much like the Necromancer's Keep still. So
that's gonna literally mean nothing to anybody walking the floor.
No. There will people that will go.
The people
it's
who
just
know
interesting."
who know our stuff well enough to know that it looks like the Necromancer's Keep are not the people who we need to like really pull in. And one, they're gonna be pulled in by the fact that we are there. If they know our
Okay.
stuff that well, they're gonna be hooked already because
They're
they're
gonna
there to
be-
see Dwarven Forge.
They're going to be looking for the Stairway to Violence in the Crystal Caverns.
Yeah.
Is what they're going to be doing.
They're there to try and palm a rare piece.
Yeah.
We don't need to worry about whether it's gonna impress those people. It's gonna look really cool to anybody who doesn't know our stuff.
If it doesn't have Crystal Caverns on it, they don't care. They're like, yeah, don't bother me. I want to like.
Does Necromancer's Keep have an Artificer Reliquary?
No, that's a fact. That's a
All right,
fact.
there we go.
There you go. All right. Well, and tomorrow night, what are you guys doing on the Anvil? I mean, this is on the Anvil. What are you doing on the Hobby Hang?
Depending on the timing of our shoot, I don't know if I'm gonna be in it or not. I think
Oh,
Amps
yeah.
is still working on the same like large mini that he's been doing for the last month. He's like really painstakingly doing just like one section of the mini every week, basically. I think Mace is going to be painting some stuff for a photo shoot they're doing on Friday.
Yes. Casey was painting some stuff today.
Yeah. I helped a little bit, but I didn't have a lot of time for it. So I might, if I do make it back in time to be on the stream, I might help with that. We'll
That's a
see.
good plan.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I want to put a bridge
Everybody, go to bed.
here.
Notorious Osu, if you're here, please respond with I whispered you. Please respond to the private message with your
Put a
email,
bridge.
and we'll get you your Dwarven Forge gift card. I'm not sure if you saw that you won it or not.
Hey, look, it's a face. It's like
Oh,
a
it
mouse
is.
and two eyes. Like, "Rawr, hi. All right. He's saying, good night, everybody. It's late.
Good night.
Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. We'll see
Bye,
you next
everybody.
week. Woo!
Goodbye.